Hi, hello, everybody. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Hopefully everybody's doing well, feeling well. Welcome to Saturday Community Day. Thank you so much, AGM. Who do we got? Shadow, Somber, Marcos, other Shadow Knight. Let's say Shadow Knight. Dragoon, K. Sorcerer, thank you so much. In the hunt with a tier 1 subscribe for 39 months. Greetings all, glad to be back after my week-long work trip. Have you beat Chaos? Oh wait, wrong game. Well, I mean, it's the wrong Final Fantasy game, but Final Fantasy 1 had Chaos at the end of the game, so it's right series, wrong game. And there is a 1 in 16, so we're kind of close there. Logan, Nick the Aquarius, Stone, Ronan, Travion, what's going on? I hope everybody's doing all right. I hope you're having a good Saturday so far. I hope you are having a good weekend so far. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. I hope you're I hope you're not a Mike Pollock fan. I hope you're not a Drake fan. I'm not gonna get into any of that. I don't really worry too much about one of those, and the other one is a bit too topical for me to get into. I feel what I feel about it, and that's it. I woke up this morning and people were like people that don't normally comment on that stuff were saying, "Holy crap." So I was like, okay, what the heck happened here? So then somebody explained part of it. Like they explained it briefly to me. Like first one part and then the other. And I literally thought they were related somehow, but it was basically two separate things that happened. And like I said, one of those is a bit too topical that I won't really get into. And the other one, quite frankly, I don't care. And if you know me, if you understand the kind of person I am, you know the one that I care about but won't talk about, and the one that I just don't give a crap about. May the 4th be with you. May the 4th be with you. And also with you is always my response to that, which I think is probably a byproduct of my religious upbringing. When I was a child anyway. Doing another Hades run and got a chance and got a Chaos. Don't use attack for 3 battle or take damage. Initially I saw a money pot and went break and took damage. Hot take, Mortal Kombat is overrated. People only like it because it has blood, which is not really the same thing. I mean, I don't know if that's absolutely relevant the way it used to be. I don't know. I watch Elliot play it, and I feel like there is, as a fighting game, I feel like there's some interesting mechanics there that you would engage. I mean, the problem is if you boil down fighting games to anything, like to its simplest forms, a lot of the time it becomes they're all the same except this game has this and that game has that. So the idea that Mortal Kombat is outwardly a bit more violent and aggressive, I feel like that's kind of enough. But I don't know. I think that there's enough game mechanics there that somebody might say I enjoy this more than Tekken or Street Fighter or something, So I don't know. I mean, obviously your own opinion, but I don't know that I think Mortal Kombat is overrated. Here's what I would say. I don't think Mortal Kombat is overrated, but given the amount of times I've heard people talk about the fact that there are more bad games than good games, or there are more games that people are willing to not go back to, it does kind of surprise me that it is still as popular as it is. One was 1, 2 was 2, 3. I feel like there are a lot of people that fell off of 3. 4 was the dip into 3D, which everybody, the people that I talked to weren't really a fan of it, but everybody was kind of willing to accept that it probably wasn't the greatest experience. And then I really don't hear anything about Mortal Kombat until you get to like 10 or 11. So it's weird that for as popular as Mortal Kombat is, there's this giant gap of games where they existed, but I feel like no one really talked about. I don't know, or maybe I was just in the wrong circles and talking to the wrong people or listening to the wrong people. Twitter's on fire this morning, and I'm here for it. Happy Star Wars Day. We got Marcos, we got Ronan, and we got Lilac on the 100 stream streak. Wait. Where's my... On the 100 stream streak. Thank you so much. I very much appreciate that. Is over a month of support. That's actually like 4 months, basically, of streams. And I appreciate all of the support from you guys and from everybody for being here. If this is your first time here, I appreciate you clicking. If this is your 100th time here, I appreciate you clicking a lot. So thank you for that. Small change of plans. Says now we found a better place, and the landlord has a moving service. I'm moving in around 5 hours. Oh my god! Well, it feels a bit sudden, AGM, but congratulations if you're moving somewhere that you're happy about. What did Eggman do now? I don't know if folks live on Twitter and haven't gone crazy already. KH, I think they have gone crazy. I think that's the problem. I think. I think that's absolutely the problem. The news pretty wild, so I chose to acknowledge it and then not get super involved. Happy Star Trek Day. Gandalf could really use the Force against the Cylons. All right. Absolutely, 100%. Not only somber, not only right, but accurate is the important thing there. That's not a hot take. It's just a gimmick. Gonna go see the Phantom Menace. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. If I hadn't canceled Community Day last week, I probably would have canceled today because I kind of forgot that Phantom Menace was coming back to the theaters, and it came back yesterday. There's also a very cool looking R2-D2 popcorn bucket that I thought was really cool, and I would love to have one. However, it is definitely not. Let's put it this way. The Dune bucket had at least one extra function. You know what I'm saying? At least the Dune bucket could be used for something else more specific. So Greg has to do his 100% run of Twilight Princess. No. Hi, I'm new. Kind of like Armageddon single player, but it was basic AF. People ignore the Mortal Kombat PS2 games for some reason. Yeah, I don't know. There's like a huge window of Mortal Kombat games that people just don't really ever talk about. You know, and obviously when you move on from one, you move on to the next one, so that kind of makes sense, but I feel like I still hear people, like when people talk about Street Fighter, people still bring up Third Strike. Which one was the one that people weren't happy with? I know that it was back and forth, right? People were happy with 4 but weren't happy with 5 or vice versa. And then obviously 6 is the one that's out right now. Kind of like Armageddon single player is basically so what streak do we need for 100% run of Sonic 06? You wouldn't get 100% run from me for most games. Let alone now me. I here's what I will say, Somber. I can't say that there isn't a goal in mind. I can't say that there wouldn't be a goal in mind for me to play through Sonic 06. I'm saying that it's not entirely impossible that I play that game, but I won't 100% it. But I won't 100% games that I like. You know what I mean? I won't 100% games with good reputations around them. So that doesn't really say anything bad about 06. But the idea of me playing 06, that's not entirely out of the window. How my cousin moved last week and my body is still recovering from it. The Dune bucket knew what it was about. Absolutely. Greg wants the R2 bucket to... Okay, hold on now. I was gone today, but I was tired of hell. I'm on day 4 of work, and it's only Tuesday. Day 5. Never again? 5? Wait, 5? Oh, 5. Street Fighter 5 is the one that people didn't like. That's the one that pissed everybody off. So, like, you moved on from 4. Okay. People still, people don't talk about 5 because it wasn't really good. I mean, it also is different because Street Fighter is only up to 6, even though you had that window of multiple Street Fighter games, which were just, at this point, like we always memed the Street Fighter games, right? Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition, Street Fighter 2 Hyper, Street Fighter 2 Hyper Turbo, Super Street Fighter 2, right? You meme all of those, but effectively those are just DLC. We do the same thing nowadays that we did for Street Fighter 2. We just call it DLC. We have one big pack where we add 4 new characters. We have functional changes throughout, right? The game comes out and it's the base game, and then we get a DLC where you can play as the bosses, and then we get a DLC where you can change the speed and some of the backgrounds. We get a DLC with new stages, and then we get the big paid DLC, which adds 4 new characters and overhauls the combat system or something. We do the same thing nowadays, right? We just call it something different. What about 100% run a DK? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. We have to negotiate to finish them. No, you can't. No, AGM, that's my point. You can't negotiate for me to 100% them. I guess technically you could negotiate for me to. No, because that's not true. I think I'm pretty upfront for the most part about. If I plan on beating a game, I'm going to beat the game. And that's not 100%, right? We have had games that we've dropped. But I think I'm pretty upfront about I'm only trying this game out. I'm not intending to finish it. Or I'm intending to finish this game. There have been some that we dropped where I'm just not having a good time. And whenever I do that, whenever I drop a game that I say I'm going to beat, and I just say I'm not going to play this anymore, that's usually because I feel like this is going to sound kind of weird. I feel like the stream is in danger. You know what I mean? I don't want to be miserable on stream, and I don't want you to have to watch someone not enjoying a video game. So whenever I stop a run of a game, it's because I feel like the stream is suffering. I'm not going to, like Final Fantasy 16, I'll be honest with you. I've said this before. I would love to play that game off stream just because it does kind of bum me out that I'm into the story and I have to keep stopping. But I'm not going to do that because when I stream it, I'm still having a good time streaming it. If it was turning into this game is miserable and I don't want to be playing it anymore, I would stop. Then I would say, yeah, I'm not going to be. But then I wouldn't play it off stream either. You know what I mean? I wouldn't go off streaming and say, yeah, I'm gonna play it there. Oh wait, hold on. I knew I forgot something. There you go. Do you have a PS3 or an Xbox 360 to play 06? Well, there are PC versions to play, and I have a PS3 and a 360. Do I own the game? I don't own the game is the problem. But I do have a 360 and I do have a PS3. So if I ever bought a copy of the game, I'd be able to play it. Oh, to be fair, same with MK. People also didn't like the early 3D games as they felt it ruined the art style. Street Fighter V only got pretty decent towards the end after so many tweaks, but by that point, we were just waiting for 6 for a fresh start. Even at its worst, you don't have to buy the game 2 to 3 times. Well, Super Street Fighter 2 you did. Super Street Fighter. Well, I mean, Champion Edition you also did, but if you went to the arcades, they would upgrade it and you would just play the new version. But if you bought like I had the Super Nintendo Street Fighter 2, so eventually I had to buy Hyper Fighting. What do we got? Ryan, rating with a party of 12. Welcome from Ryan Stream. I hope everybody's having a good time. I hope you're, thank you, Ryan, for sending everybody over. And I hope you're all willing to sit down and hang out and speak with us about stuff. Yeah, I bought Street Fighter 2 originally on Super Nintendo, and then you did have to buy the Champion Edition or the Hyper. Well, there was Champion Edition and it was Hyper. I don't think I bought Champion Edition. I think I ended up buying Hyper Fighting at some point. And then Super Street Fighter 2, I never bothered with. I wasn't a big fan of Super Street Fighter 2. I didn't think that the changes for me were significant enough, and I didn't really care for any of the new characters. I thought, what's his name, Fei Long? I thought he was okay. We even drop games we like in here sometimes. No, have we dropped the game that we like? What game? Well, Well, no, because Lego Star Wars I did like. I was Lego Star Wars. I was just kind of tired of playing it. I like Lego Star Wars has a lot of content. It's a lot. There's a lot to that game. No, AGM. I can't count Monster Hunter Rise because I didn't play Monster Hunter Rise as an on-stream game. Monster Hunter Rise was a personal game that every once in a while I would play on stream. But I never on stream. I don't know that what game have we dropped that I was enjoying, but I didn't want to play anymore on stream other than Lego Star Wars. And that's just because there was a lot of content. Like, for as much as we played that game on stream, I think we only got to, Clone Wars era? No, we got to, New Hope, I think. Hey, Henry, what's going on? Yeah, hello, Ryan, what's happening? And hi, everybody, again, if I've not said hello to you in here or from the raid. Yeah, CT. For what little, what is this? Get the 360 version of 06. It runs better. Does the, Ronan, I still have access to an Xbox, Series X. There's still I have an Xbox Series. It's Mark's, my nephew's. He doesn't really ask for it. Like, he just, it's just here. If I got like the 360 version, like, does that run on the system but better? Is there a way to play that game but better and at a better frame rate and stuff? Ronan Sig is working on a new VF. We just don't know when we'll see it. Did you finish Doom? Yeah, we finished Doom. Doom was tricky. We did finish Doom, but I had to be careful with Doom because Doom physically made me sick. Like, sitting so close to the screen, it was a very fast-paced, fast-moving game, and it like, I would play it for about an hour and a half, and I would get queasy. But we did get through it. We did finish Doom. Yeah, it literally made me sick, which is a shame because it was a great game. Lego Star Wars is huge and yet also missing so much. Yeah, remember that? That's right, Lilac. Because when we were playing it, was it Lego Star Wars that we were playing and we got to like the trench run sequence and then there was no trench run sequence? And I'm like, I know that it's kind of a cliche thing to put in a Star Wars game, but that feels like it's missing. It feels like something that should have been there. We did get past that, didn't we? You can only play 06 on a 360. Holy smokes. That's kind of atrocious. CT, thank you so much for the 5 stream streak. Very much appreciate it. Yeah, it's not compatible. It's not compatible. I hope I'm well today. Thank you, D. I'm pretty well. I went to the gym. I got a good workout in. I came home. I made a very delicious rolled omelet, which I thought was very good. With a little sausage. Had a croissant on the side, right? A croissant. If people get all pissy about that, I'll say croissant for you. I say croissant. And my coffee, and of course my coffee here. Got to play 06 before you ask for it back. Yeah, I know. No, I guess it doesn't work though. Doom, you mean barf? Doom VR for Greg. You know what? I'll be honest, CT. In Doom VR, if the movement is tied to my physical movement, I think I would probably have a better connection in a space. I won't lie, like, too much movement in VR does make me sick, but depending on the kind of movement that Doom VR has, I might actually be able to handle that a little bit better if I can control it and it's a bit more stable. It's not backwards compatible. The only way to play it would be through dev mode, which is a process I don't care. I know you don't care enough. Yeah, I won't do that. The trench run is the older Lego Star Wars. Yeah, they did a big Death Star mission and skipped the trench, which is so weird. If it wasn't Shark, was this Shark Croissant? Shark Croissant? I don't want to hear about it. My Walmart still has Lego Star Wars and Pac-Man World for $5. Oh my God, you don't have $5? Pac-Man World's great. I enjoyed Pac-Man World. That was a lot of fun. Lego Star Wars for $5 is absolutely worth it. It's incredibly worth it for that. The biggest one I remember was Star Wars and Doom. I also remember you dropping Cyber Sleuth because you said you abused. Yeah, that was my problem with Cyber Sleuth. I thought Cyber Sleuth was relatively interesting, but abusing the leveling glitch. Kind of it felt the problem with Cyber Sleuth was that I mean, it was a little wordy. I did think Cyber Sleuth ended up being a little bit wordy, but again, part of that is that I was streaming, and just sitting there listening to story isn't always the most fun thing for me to do. And the whole, of course, ley lines. But the problem was when it was time for the combat didn't feel engaging because I abused the leveling glitch. And I thought, oh, let me abuse the leveling glitch so that, because it's funny, first of all, and then because of the way leveling works in Digimon, I got to see more Digimon, but ultimately what ended up happening was when it was combat time, none of it felt engaging. It didn't feel engaging at all because I didn't have to engage. I didn't have to understand the combat mechanics. I didn't have to understand the nuance of trying to win the battles because everything was so overpowered. I would just dominate them, and that was my fault. And I don't fault the game for that, but I do fault the game in the sense that glitch that causes that to happen is easily doable because we discovered it by accident. Right? I didn't realize that when you don't close the game, it just keeps the time going so it levels up your Digimon. That wasn't something that you guys told me so that I did. That was something that just happened. And that was when I discovered, oh, holy smokes. I didn't know that it does that. Yeah, but I have to go to Walmart. Oh, I'm sorry. It's Doom VFR. I think Cyber Sleuth would be the main one. You liked it, but you didn't feel like keep going. And again, there was a reason for that. It wasn't just because I didn't feel like continuing on. It was I kind of ruined the game in that regard. You dropped SA2? No, I didn't drop SA2. I beat SA2. I finished the light story of SA2. I wanted to do something else in the middle and then go back to the dark story of SA2, which I plan on doing, but the game in the middle was Final Fantasy 16, and we're still playing it. That's the problem with that game, is that it's still going. To the boss fights, to be fair, remember the boss fights caught me off guard. And I think, and again, Dragoon, I think the boss fights caught me off guard because in the boss fights, I needed to pay attention to the game's mechanics, and I didn't know any of them because I didn't need to. I would blast through the main battles, the random battles, and then when the boss battles came up, I didn't know what to do. I didn't understand the nuance of the combat. Behold, the Quashark. Let me see this thing. What's this? Oh my God, that's adorable. That is adorable. Good Lord, that's adorable. I love that thing. I don't know if you saw on Discord, but the same day that my laptop died, I got it. Yeah, you said your uncle got it for you, I think. Did the Logitech, did the G29 break your laptop, I wonder? I don't know. Yeah, you got to drop that Logitech G29 and get yourself a Fanatec wheel that they use in the Gran Turismo PlayStation series. You got a Gran Turismo League. It's only a couple $1,000. The level curve on Cyber Sleuth is kind of soft to begin with. The farm glitch just makes it not interesting at all, and that was my fault. That was a problem on my end. That was also something unique. Oh, that's unique to the Switch. So like if I played on the PS, oh, that's actually a good idea. See, I don't want to have to buy the game. So if I played on the PS4, when I was done playing the game, if I didn't turn the game off, I just put it in sleep like I always do, and I come back to the game, that glitch doesn't happen. That's not going to just automatically level up all my characters. I mean, I can fix it with the Switch version by just remembering to save and turning the game off. Get that Ferrari branded wheel for extra speed. Oh, we dropped Yakuza. Yakuza we did drop. Yeah, I would count that. I would say that that's a game that I would say that it was a game that I was enjoying, but I dropped it because And I'm counting it. I'm not making an excuse here. I'm counting it, but I'm just kind of saying why it happened. I was enjoying Yakuza the way I think most people. I was enjoying Yakuza differently than the way most people enjoy Yakuza. Right? Every single person that I hear talk about how much they love that game, they talk about the side quests, and they talk about the wacky things that you do, and they talk about all the craziness and the goofy characters, and they talk about the silliness, and they talk about all of that. I was enjoying Yakuza wrong. I was enjoying the actual main story. And every once in a while, I would engage in something that I felt like I had to do, which was I have to engage in the guy that teaches me moves. Maybe there were one or two things, right? The karaoke I thought was kind of fun, and that was something that I actively wanted to do. I forget which Yakuza game has the slot car racing. I think that's kind of fun. Like, I wouldn't mind looking at that. But for the most part, I kind of just wanted to play the story. I kind of just wanted to see what was happening with the characters and get the character development. And I felt like I was playing the game wrong by that because I knew what was happening. And you can deny it all you want, but I guarantee you this is true for some of you out there. There were these things that I was missing that you were thinking, no, you have to do that. You can't miss this. And then I wouldn't do it, or I would only do one side quest, and you would think, man, he missed that thing. There's that thing that he didn't do. And it was just like, I felt like I was probably annoying people. So I was like, I'm not going to play this anymore. I don't think this is a stream game. The glitch is not PC either. I got G's to spend on that wheel. Absolutely. You got GTs to spend on that wheel. Because Uncle was upset that the story was good and kept him from the funny that's exactly it. I was like, the story is good. Where's all the goofy stuff? And I thought that the goofy stuff was part of it. And it's like, no, the goofy stuff is side quest stuff. It's like, but I don't want to do side quests. It's like an angry kid. Like, it's time for bed. I don't want to go to bed. I don't want to do side quests. I want to do main story. I want to do main story, and I want it to be silly. That's it. That's. You know what I want? Here's what I want out of a Yakuza game. Here's what I thought Yakuza games were. And if you might have an idea of where I'm going with this. If you've seen these shows, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I was hoping Yakuza games were like playing a game based on Way of the House Husband. Is anybody here familiar with Way of the House Husband? He's like a former Yakuza member, but he falls in love, so he gets in a relationship, and it's him being like the stay-at-home husband, but he's like the intimidating Yakuza member guy. That's what I wanted out of those games. I wanted my character to be either in the Yakuza or out, and he's doing silly things that are directly related to the story. Yeah, see? That's the side stuff. I wish that was the main game. I wish that the main game was I'm doing Yakuza stuff and there's a story, but I'm also I'm using my Yakuza skills to be further in line at the supermarket so that I can get a sale on eggs. Right? I think that's interesting to me. It's silly, it's ridiculous, and it's exactly what I was thinking that series was. And apparently it's not. Apparently there is an actual real story going on with some sort of character development, and then the silly stuff is extra. What's this inside chat? Oh no. No. Aqua. Play the game. Stone, play the game the way I want to. Yes. This is the big balance, Stone. Play the game the way I want to, but if I'm going to play it in a way that I feel like is annoying people, whether or not it's actually annoying people, if I just feel like it, why stream it? if I want to play Yakuza and I want to avoid all of the side stuff and I want to just kind of focus on the main story, I will play it off stream. But if I'm playing that game on stream, I feel like most people expect to see the silliness. They want to watch my reaction to the silliness, and then I'm not going to do the silliness. You know what I mean? So I'll play the games the way I want, but if I feel like that's not fun and entertaining, that'll be off stream. Then you won't like a Dragon. It has a great story, but pulls a lot more silliness into the main story. See, that's much more fun for me. Bonus, it's turn-based. That's the one that's like a Dragon Quest game. I read the first volume. It's funny. Yeah, that's the side stuff. I mean, if you do the side quest, that's what Yakuza becomes, to be fair. I don't know. I did a couple of the side quests, and I thought that they were really interesting, but they were not related to the story. Right? You know what I mean? I did the thing where I helped that band. I did the thing where I helped that girl. I forget what that mission was, where I helped that girl out with something. So like there were things that I did, but they didn't feel like they were part of the main story. They felt like they were completely separate from the main story, and they were. They were things that my character could do on the way to the main story. And they weren't integrated. They weren't integrated the way I would like for it to be. Way the House Husband kind of has the same energy as the Yakuza side quest, which I wish was the main story. Let me tell you this. Early on, the level up bug can break. This is for Digimon. Can break the game. Late game, it makes getting harder evolutions a lot less of a pain in the butt. Also, we told you about that bug the first day in Digimon, so that was our bad. Yeah, and that's fine. That's fine. Wasn't it? No. Okay. You told me about the bug in Digimon. The one that we found out by accident. And it wasn't a bug. It was a time error. I think that was KOTOR. Wasn't KOTOR the game that when we came back to the next day, it was up to like 25 hours? because it didn't putting the game in sleep mode didn't stop it didn't do anything. I didn't level up my characters, but putting the game in sleep mode didn't stop the timer. I was mixing those two up. So you told me about the Digimon one, the KOTOR one. I think it was KOTOR. That one we found by accident, but that didn't do anything. That didn't make the game any easier. There is no point in annoying that is rude. Wait, what's up? We had a few people getting tense during Yakuza because Uncle wasn't. I mean, there were people that felt kind of like, man, he wasn't doing this thing, and it's just like, I don't want to do that. I don't want that to be unenjoyable. But you played 3 houses. But I played 3 houses just fine. Well, okay, first of all, I didn't play 3 houses just fine, all right? I had a lot to say about 3 houses as we were playing it. But 3 houses... Yeah, I guess that is kind of similar. I don't know. I enjoyed the main story in 3 houses. Like, why do I feel like it's different? I don't know. Maybe because 3 houses was just so much extra stuff. Right? Like 3 houses. The benefit of doing all of the side stuff in Yakuza is silliness. It's funny moments. It's entertaining experiences. The benefit of doing all of the side stuff in 3 houses is extra characters. And I didn't need them. And I didn't want them. Sure, there would probably be some character moments, but the benefit of doing the side quest in Yakuza is, first of all, it's usually interesting side quests. It's something fun going on. It's a whole sequence. It's really fun and engaging to sort of do all of that stuff. In 3 houses, I'm having tea, and we're doing saunas, and I need to figure out who to do lunch with, and I need to speak with people, and we need to have classes with people. That wasn't fun. That wasn't fun for me to do with my main characters. At least in Yakuza, the few side quests that I did, I had fun doing it. To an extent, I had fun doing it. I just didn't want to do all of them. I didn't want to stop the story to go do more side quests. In 3 houses, I didn't have fun doing any of that with any of the characters, other than Petra, because I loved her. Other than that, I didn't care to do any of that. I'm gonna be annoyed. I was enjoying the fact that you locked in when the cutscenes. I was so locked in too, man. The story was so good. Nice thing about Blaster Master Zero games, the side quests help the main story. I played the first one and I played the second one. I didn't play the third one, so I don't know. I don't know about side, like there's side searching. That's different. Like finding all the side items and stuff. Like I 100% of those games. Blaster Master 1 and 2. I 0, 1, and 2. I got all of the items in those games. To be fair, Yakuza I feel it is like Persona. Great games, but terrible stream games. They have great stories, but the bulk pushing the side content, making them long games. We told you and you forgot, didn't understand what happened. We re-explained it. You said, oh, that's what you meant. Oh, okay. Yeah, because the Switch sleep mode doesn't pause games. Speaking of KOTOR, that game, your KOTOR is the free trial game this week. So if anybody is interested in ever trying out KOTOR for themselves, you're more than, you can go on to the Switch eShop store or whatever, go to the free trials thing, and then you can download the game and you can try it out. I recommend doing that. It does have like the cheat modes and stuff in it, so I think that game was pretty decent for what it was. Team says I have 800 hours in Divinity Original Sin 2 because of multiplayer. Battalions. Hardly anyone shows off Mega Man 6. Most skip 2 bosses and stage palette swaps. Oh, when I'm gonna hit you with the first of all, you know it's gonna be good. I mean, you ran the game over. Yeah, you ran the game over by the end. Petra was a demon, but I mean, Petra was a demon in the beginning. Once I made her a heavy armor class, and I gave her. Remember, we had that fancy item that gave her +3 movement, and it like buffed all of her stats. And then I made her a heavy armor class, and she was like metal clanking while running full sprint at you. That, and again, I think that she wasn't nearly as game breaking as putting the game into, I won't get into another Three Houses rant, but putting the game into non-permadeath mode is definitely what breaks the difficulty of that game. It really, that game is, I still say that game is designed around not being too overly aggressive so that you're not just randomly losing characters. And so when you turn off permadeath, I do think that it kind of damages the difficulty of that game. I played Yakuza 0, loved it. Played 1 and 2 remakes back to back. It's extra characters, character moments, and silliness. Given how you're talking about it, it's even weirder, interesting that you completed 3 houses, at least one route, but didn't Yakuza. I'm pretty sure I have Yakuza 0 in my top 10 favorite video games. For Blaster Master 03, make sure you know how to get the good ending. It doesn't work like the other 2 games. It's a bit of a spoiler, so it was so unintuitive. People were asking Inti Creates how to get it. Okay, see, that always kind of sucks. That always kind of sucks. I still say it's not because you can still lose missions and game over, even with permadeath off, to be honest. I mean, I guess so. I don't know. I mean, think about this, though, Dragoon. I turned off permadeath, and then I didn't use battalions. I didn't use the divine pulse thing, and I had one overpowered character, which meant that a lot of my other characters might have been underpowered. I had that problem. There were a couple times where I had the issue of I can't send Petra in there because no one else is getting XP. So, how much of the difficulty did I manage to ruin by turning off permadeath when I was in exchange for that? I was able to avoid several mechanics of the game. I was able to avoid battalions. I was able to avoid the divine pulse reset thing, and I had relatively underpowered characters. Like that's pretty significant. There were moments, and I did lose characters, right? I had characters that had died, but I didn't care. That's how I play those games. Anything like Unicorn Overlord or Unicorn Overlord, I tried not to lose people, but Unicorn Overlord, I did it. I do it in tactics all the time. Like I run in and I know who I can let die in order to achieve certain goals because I'm not going to lose them. You also, yeah, I used a lot of characters as meat shields, which I couldn't do. That's what I mean. It's not just about turning off permadeath, and then if I lose a character, oh well. It's turning off permadeath so I can change the strategies that I'm using. And one of the big strategies that I was using was just overwhelming the enemies with assault, right? Which is just throwing people at them that are going to die, because I don't have to worry about it. If I turn permadeath back on, I have to change my entire strategy, which means half of what I was doing in that game doesn't work. Now I have to be more careful about who I send where. I have to use battalions if I want to take advantage of all of the game's mechanics, and I'm probably going to use the Divine Pulse in order to make sure that I don't permanently lose something. It changed the whole way I was able to play that game. I've been playing Fire Emblem New Mystery of the Emblem on Lunatic mode. I've been having way more fun with it, resetting the game to optimize maps to keep people alive. See, I had no interest in doing that. Like, I don't want to save scum in order to win. Like that, I don't know. For me, that's like, it's you play the game how you want, but it's just not how I want to play the game. Fire Emblem is a very hard game in general. Turning off permadeath brings the difficulty down to what most are up for. I think you like the older. See, Wario. I was playing the one on Game Boy, and I got really far, and I got tired of playing that game. I got kind of annoyed. There were moments where I was either overwhelmed or no, because I got really far in that game too. We can look. I have the save file on my Switch, so I was playing it on Switch. We can look, and I can see exactly how far I got, but I got pretty far in that game. I don't know. I got tired of it. I was just like, I don't want to play this anymore. Like, I literally just didn't want to play it anymore. And so I put it down. The only one that I played Awakening when Awakening came out. To be fair, if that's what you want, you need to turn up the difficulty in Three Houses. Hard or Madness is more accurate to old school Fire Emblem, which I wasn't really a big fan of. Three Houses was designed in a way where it really discouraged you losing units. The older games were built with you losing units in mind, which I don't want to. I think that's my problem, is that I don't want to lose units. I don't like the idea of spending a bunch of resources on characters and then they die and it's permanently over. Unless it's something like Baldur's Gate, where losing characters is going to feel like part of the story for me. I don't like that. I don't know. I don't like the idea of I raise these characters in it. Part of my problem is that if I get into a situation, theoretically you can be out of characters in Fire Emblem, right? Theoretically, you can get into a bad situation, you lose a bunch of characters, but you win the match, and if you don't reset, if that happens a couple more times, you literally don't have enough characters to win the game. And so that's where I'm like, I don't want to get into that situation. Again, you're playing the game by its rules, which you clearly weren't interested in. I think the one on Game Boy is one of the weaker ones. Awakening has a character that even with permadeath turned off, you can lose. In his first mission. It's not Donald, is it? I love Donald. But the games typically give you super strong units throughout the game, so there should never be a situation where you have a dead game. Oh, okay. So they do kind of address that. You want an excuse to use the features of strategies, but you also didn't want to deal with losing units and such. That encourages that, so we become our own worst thing. That's why I don't. The only thing I complain about with Fire Emblem, we always somehow get into this. The only thing I really complain about with Fire Emblem that I think is I don't know. Hold on, because it's what do I? Because I know that my problem with Fire Emblem is me. I know that it's the way I engage in it, and it's what I like out of games. So it just does a lot of things that I'm not a fan of. If there's anything that I would gripe about, Three Houses specifically, I can say this because I guess maybe the older ones it would have been a bit more work. I do wish that if you turn permadeath off, it adjusted the game. I do wish that there was a different AI structure for having permadeath off, where the enemies would be more aggressive. You know what? I feel like that actually would have helped me. Is this weird to say? I feel like, and it's kind of, and I guess this is sort of what you were saying, Dragoon, and whoever else said this, where I feel like turning permadeath off means I probably should have put the game on a higher difficulty. That if the game was more aggressive, I think I probably would have had more fun. I think I would have enjoyed it a little bit more. Yeah, my problem area that I've discovered is that things like permadeath and social links, they're just things that I don't enjoy. So no matter what you do, I feel like there's a good chance I'm not going to have fun unless I can turn it off. They just change. See, they just in Stone. I guess they just change enemy stats. So is that what it is? The difficulty just changes enemy stats in Fire Emblem. It's not going to change their behavior. I want it to change their behavior. I want the enemies to come at me a little bit more, because otherwise I'm just going to throw more meat shields at them. That's all I'm going to do. Actually, they're not shields. Meat shields would be defending myself. Meat swords, meat bullets. Wait, don't say meat swords. Oh God, no, don't say that. Meat bullets. There we go. That's what I was throwing at them. I was firing meat bullets at them. I got the new Fire Emblem when it launched. I haven't played it. Engage. I heard that one. People said that I would like that one because it was less social links. We did mention as much while you were playing, but not unfairly. You also didn't want to raise. Yeah, I didn't want to raise the difficulty. I wasn't really sure. It was my first time playing through. I didn't want to raise the difficulty on that, but I probably should have. It changed stats and they became more aggressive. Enemies get more skills on higher difficulty and they get better. Okay, so they do get better AI. They do get better. It doesn't just change their stats. All right, so yeah, maybe that's the way to do it. Awakening was made with, at least in my playthrough, for not having permadeath in mind. See, I felt like it was made with permadeath in mind. I feel like the enemies were not aggressive. The enemies wouldn't come near me. They wouldn't move from their positions unless I was directly in range. They wouldn't move a certain way, like tactics, for instance. Let's say you were away from the enemy in tactics and they couldn't reach you. The enemies would still move towards you. They would still make moves towards your position. And then let's say the enemy movement was 6 squares and you were 8 squares away. On the enemy's turn, they would move 2 squares. They would get into kind of a close position. Sometimes they would get kind of in a closer position. Sometimes they would just move the 6 squares and they'd be 2 away from you. But they would always sort of move towards you. If there was a way for them to get to you, they would try and do it. And in Fire Emblem, they just stood there. They stood there and they waited for you to be in range, which just meant that with the right movement, I could rush them. And that was what I did constantly in that playthrough. I would get my characters into position. I would take extra turns and heal everybody up, and then I would rush them. And I would get a whole bunch of characters in there and I would just overwhelm them. And they never made it challenging for me. They never were like, okay, I'm going to force his hand by moving my characters closer. If I would have a whole turn where it would be my turn and I just wouldn't move my character, I wouldn't do anything, and the enemy wouldn't do anything. It's like, I don't know. I'm not a fan of that. They charge at you. They move when you are. See, that's what I wanted. That's That's just more of what I'm used to. Why would they? They aren't going to charge into your attack range if they aren't being actually smart. A lot of Fire Emblem enemies, even on lower difficulties, wait for you to get in range rather than give up their position. But like I said, in something like Tactics or other games that I've played, what they would do is if they were just out of your range, they would move. They would move enough so that on their next turn they would be in range to hit you. So it just, I don't know, it felt like there was an AI there that was programmed to be active. And I didn't feel like Fire Emblem Three Houses was active. I didn't feel like they were actually trying to run me down. They were just, it felt like you can attack whenever you're ready. There you go. That's what I felt like with the way that game was structured. It felt like the game was saying you can attack whenever you're ready. And I kind of didn't want that. I kind of wanted, no, I want the stress for you to make me have to do something. How is Persona 5 Tactics? Or Tactica? I stopped playing it just because I started with the I didn't play it this past week. I didn't drop the game. I at work I was doing my Japanese studies, so I haven't been playing the game. I enjoy the game though. I like that kind of game. I like that kind of combat. The Mario and Rabbids XCOM style strategy. I enjoyed it. I think that it's got a good combat system. It definitely assumes that you played Persona 5. It's got all of the characters there. They already exist. So it definitely assumes that you have already played Persona 5 and you understand why the characters are, they have these personas and they may reference a couple of things, but the story itself is relatively original. It's an original antagonist. It's an original helper hero character. Like all of that stuff is original, but just the cast itself existing as they are, it does assume that you already know who these people are. It doesn't do anything to sort of reintroduce you to the characters. The Human Wave Assault, Operation Human Shield. Other Fire Emblem games are a lot better about it. They typically have time side objectives, like houses that enemies will blow up in 4 turns. Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind that. I think that's kind of okay. Don't lie. You didn't want the stress, otherwise you'd probably have changed the difficulty. Teasing aside, especially when streaming, I didn't want the stress while I was streaming, and it's a first time playthrough, so I don't know. The problem with strategy games like that is if you lose, you have to do the whole thing over again. It's not like an action game where, oh no, I screwed up and I have to restart this segment. There's another 3 minutes of time. If I lose at the end of a 40-minute battle, that's another 40 minutes. I don't want to do that. I was already avoiding the Divine Pulse. I know the Divine Pulse would have technically fixed that. I don't know. Maybe I'll, because I obviously only did one house, so maybe that'll be a goal one day. Maybe there'll be I also never went back and did the DLC. Maybe that'll be a goal one day, is to go back to 3 houses and try again. But either, do you think don't play the other houses? Engage is probably a better idea. What do you think I would enjoy more? Let me ask you this. What do you think I would enjoy more? Turning on permadeath and dealing with the stress that comes with it, forcing me probably to use the other mechanics, or turning off permadeath and just raising the difficulty? What do you think I would enjoy more? I like playing the other routes, but I think you prefer engage. Don't turn on permadeath, just raise the difficulty. See, turning permadeath on. Yes, the correct answer for my enjoyment is Final Fantasy Tactics. That is the correct answer. Permadeath. The more we talk about it, the more it feels like it wasn't challenging enough, but also I didn't really like it. I didn't really want it to be challenging. I don't know. It's not that I didn't want it to be challenging. I didn't want it to. I didn't want to feel like it was ever unfair, and I didn't want to. I didn't want it to halt the stream. So yeah, I don't know. I wonder. I wonder which one would have made it more interesting. I think you should try out using the time rewind with permadeath on. So using the actual Divine Pulse mechanics. So when will I get an uncle's playthrough of Tic Tacs? I haven't had Tic Tacs in a long time, but I would be open to getting a container of Tic Tacs. I don't know why you'd want to watch me eat them. That seems very strange. I played it very stubbornly. Yeah, to an extent, I did. Marcos, it's tough for me to say that, because the only thing I was stubborn about was not using battalions and not using the Divine Pulse, which I never needed the Divine Pulse, so it wasn't really an issue. And battalions I was stubborn about. Battalions I would say I was stubborn about because I also kept griping about I was stubborn about battalions because I kept griping about not having AoE, and battalions was the answer. The thing that I kept bitching about when it came to that, there was a solution for, and I didn't do it. The social links, I avoided this. I avoided the social mechanics because I hate social mechanics in games like that. I just don't like them. For the most, sometimes they're not too bad, but for them, for a game that's not that I don't feel like is designed, like I'm not mad about social aspects in Stardew Valley. You know, great. I give my character an egg once a day, and they marry me 2 weeks later. Fantastic. But that's that kind of game. I didn't play Final Fantasy Tactics or even Unicorn Overlord. Unicorn Overlord has a sort of affinity meter to it, right? There's a way, like, the more you battle with the same characters, the more friendly they become with each other, and then it unlocks these sequences. But it was a dramatically shorter experience. It was a dramatically easier experience, and not doing it didn't really cost me anything. I would get 2 honor points and a cutscene if I actually engaged in those mechanics. In Three Houses, I had to do that if I wanted any other characters. That's my other gripe about social links, is that when you tie it to something significant, I don't care if the game has it and I don't lose anything for not doing it. Fine, I'm not going to engage in it and I'm not going to lose anything for it. But when you tell me that in order to get more characters, like let's say I ran low on characters in Three Houses and I needed to recruit other characters from other schools, from other houses. How much am I going to have to go through? How many times, if I'm running low on characters because permadeath is on and I suck at the game, how long am I going to have to spend recruiting these other people? How many saunas and lunches and tea parties am I going to have in order to get these characters? It's a very long, drawn out experience for something as important as new characters in a game. I'm turning the Switch on, by the way. Social links in real life are worse. Implanted version. There's no gauges, and the people I don't give random crap to don't like me. Wait. The social stuff in other FE games just gives you a slight bonus to the characters. Yeah, in Three Houses, you needed to do it for whole characters. We did it for a couple. We did it for that Catherine lady. Who was the hot teacher? Okay, that's not a specific enough thing to say. We did it for I forget her, Dorothea. We did it for Dorothea because that was who I wanted Byleth to marry. We did it for Petra because Petra's awesome. I think we did it for Bernadetta. I'm not really sure. We did it for that one teacher, the one with the dark hair. She was a friend to, I think she was Catherine's friend. And I think her name began with an S. But we did that so that we could recruit her. And then once I recruited her, I didn't care anymore. Shamir. That was her. Thank you, Shamir. We did that for her to recruit her. And then that was it. And I didn't care anymore. No, do you get her for free? I thought we did that for her in order to get her. Awakening, as it was who married who, and the stats of later chapters. Together they became more powerful. It rewarded you with both the story and more power. Having an A rank with a character lower the stats requirement to almost nothing. You just need to progress enough to do so. Okay. Most of the recruitment in Three Houses isn't based on social links. It's based on Byleth's teaching stats, which grow as you play and fight or learn from other. So if my teaching stat, how do you get your teaching stat up, first of all? And what you're saying is that if there were characters that I wanted, I could just go and talk to them and I could recruit them? Or that I have to have tea parties with them in order to convince them to come to my side. Like my teaching stat, that's my weapon rank. Could I raise my weapon rank to S and then just talk to students that were related to that and then I would get them? Or did I still have to do other things? It was just easier. Now, see, I didn't know that. I would have recruited more people if I could just talk to them. But it seemed like I had to do all of that stuff. You boost your stat by using the weapon or taking lessons in the month. Every student who had a weapon rank that it took to recruit them. Supports lower the required rank from A to C. Okay. Hey, Gigi. And the stat goals aren't normally super high. All right, so yeah, I would have just, if you would have told me that, I would have just talked to everybody and said, yeah, okay, I can recruit them by speaking to them, no problem. I mean, of course, the other issue is that I'm going to recruit them for no reason. It's not like I was losing people. Yeah, so then so the tea parties are not even required. I asked you guys if the social stuff was required, and you said that it's required in order to help you get the characters. I didn't know that it's not required. I just had to talk to them. Yeah, I'm this is a whole thing. All these years I've been complaining about this. It might be a moot point. I didn't have to actually do any of that. Plus to doing a new route. You keep your old stats so you can recruit people a lot faster. Which again, that becomes whether or not you like that sort of thing where you have to just keep playing the game over again. Some people just don't like that. I'm not a huge fan of that usually. But it does have New Game Plus, which I am a huge fan of, so that's good. It's only required for the... Oh. Wait. It's only required for the Edelgard path, so it's only required for the path that I played? That's what you're telling me. So, because I'm pretty sure that's what I did, right? I played the Edelgard... What is it? The Black Eagles Edelgard. So I literally... So, okay. So what you're telling me is... It's only required... The thing that I don't like is only required for the one very specific way that I played the game. So I unintentionally kind of ruined that game for myself, is what you're telling me. You did a different story route in 3 houses. You can start a new route and then recruit your old party for it. And only for the one character too. You pick the most interesting route, but the one with the mechanics you hate, which is hilarious to me. I literally only made the game harder for myself. Sounds like business as usual. I mean, yeah. I want to say no, but yeah. I hate when games do that when you want to go one way, but the mechanics make a mess of it. It's I don't know. That's always sort of, because then that comes around to if you play the game the way you want to play and you don't have fun, is it the game's fault or is it your fault, right? Is it my fault that I don't enjoy certain aspects of that game, or is it the game's fault that I happen to play it in the one way that made me play it in a way I don't like? You know what I mean? Like if your game has 2 characters and you really like one of the characters, but that character, the entire game involves tactical gameplay and you hate tactical gameplay, is that my fault for not enjoying tactical gameplay, or is it the game's fault for forcing how I play with that character? You see what I mean? Like it's sort of a back and forth thing there. Hang on one second. Oh, okay. Yeah, not every game's for every type of gamer. And strategy stuff I love. I love the strategy style games. It's just that one had a bunch of extra stuff that I wasn't really a big fan of. To be fair, a lot of your issues with that you didn't need to engage in the mechanics, which raising the difficulty would have done, but also led to the potential of failed streams. Again, my problem specifically about the battalions was not that I didn't want to engage in it. Well, I didn't want to engage in it. That was the problem. My problem was not engaging in it locked off a very basic feature of a strategy game, which is AoEs. That was the thing that I always complained about, was like, how can you lock AoEs into another mechanic when every other strategy game that I've ever played has spells that just hit multiple things. And, right, that was my gripe with that, was like, you have this basic thing that's been in every strategy game, and it's now locked behind a secondary mechanic with its own leveling system, right? Because didn't the battalions have its own leveling system, where you had to like level up your battalion in order to do more things like that? It had its own mechanical system to manage a function that is basic in every other game. No, area, not in other Fire Emblem games, in other strategy games. Tactics, Vandal Hearts, sort of Unicorn Overlord. Unicorn Overlord sort of has it. Right? Unicorn Overlord has a very different combat system, but there is a version of AoEs in that game. Every other Shining Force, I think had all that stuff. So like, every other kind of game that I've ever played had that. Terra Fantastica on the Saturn, like they all had it, and it just seemed like a weird thing to lock behind a secondary mechanic that had its own leveling system. Well, you're saying the leveling system didn't even matter, so it was just kind of weird. That was why I pushed back against that mechanic so much, is because it was a mechanic designed to fill in the gap of something where there shouldn't have been a gap. That should not have been missing. I think that's a basic thing for me personally. That's just how I look at that. Paper Mario has AoE. Think about that. There are things I can do in Paper Mario that hit all the enemies on the screen, and I couldn't do that. And not even all the enemies on the screen. I could kick Koops and hit all the ground enemies. I mean, that's the standard RPG. I'm trying to think specifically tactical RPGs like that, like the strategy RPGs. But they still had them. It still was there. That's why this is why I tried. I mean, we ended up getting into the Fire Emblem discussion again anyway. But I often try and avoid it. It's because it's just a big circle. It's the same thing. It's the same. It's all the same points that we've mentioned over and over again. And I just don't think that. Unless, here's what I will say. Unless I drastically adjust my approach to Fire Emblem, I just don't think I will enjoy it. Admittedly, that is something that I can do, though. If I ever do play Engage, maybe that's a good thing for me to do. Maybe a good thing for me is to approach the game differently than I normally would approach a game like that. And I have to reconsider the adjustments that I would make. And then it would be either turn on permadeath or turn off permadeath and raise the difficulty of the game. And then force myself to engage in any mechanics that I feel are ridiculous, but I have to do them anyway. A little more straightforward in those games. Because in those games, certain classes can get those AoEs, while battalions gives everyone AoEs. Yeah, you're right. That's a benefit, because some games, some classes get AoEs. I think you should give other Fire Emblem a shot. Three Houses is and Wario, and that's such an interesting point. I've wondered why people have told me that I would enjoy Engage more, and again, I played Awakening, and I don't remember having these issues with Awakening, and it does make me wonder, like, is Three Houses so different that playing Engage would feel like a completely different experience? Why does this not sound loud? I mean, that's louder, but I have to turn everything off. Or down. I'll say it's not filling a gap because it never felt like it was needed in FE before. And that's kind of my problem, is that I like those as a mechanic. I do like because you're right. For all my complaining about AOE's, there were relatively few moments where I would have actually needed them. But there were few moments where I needed it. But when I needed it, I felt very strongly that it wasn't there. I was very aware that I couldn't do it for the few times that I wanted to do it. Right on time. My McDonald's is here. Does it sound low, by the way? Why does it sound so low? Oh, wait, because I have that turned down. Yeah, battalions everywhere sure would have been nice to use battalions. And let me ask you something about that while we get this game started here, while I open up a room. Because they made me use the battalions one time, and I didn't. Now it sounds louder. Friends? Just open it up, right? Create room. Y'alls? All right, so do we have any... Who would be a good character here to use in representation of Star Wars? I mean, Daisy's a cool Star Wars character, right? Who do we think would be a good representation of Star Wars? I feel like Link, because Link has a sword. Metal Mario. Ooh, Rosalina. Rosalina would be a good... That's a good Star Wars representation. Waluigi, because Han Solo... Wait, what? Kamek is a wizard. That could be because the Force is magic. Pink, Gold, Peach. I kind of like Rosalina as a pick here. Where is she? There she is. Funky Kong because he's like Chewy. Oh wait, Donkey Kong because he's like Chewy. Maybe Daisy because it's people complain that she's in the game. Also, but Three Houses was very successful, a very divisive game in the franchise because it's also very distinctly different. So it's why Three Houses fans found Engage bland, while other fans found it much more true to form and engaging. Metal Mario for carbonation. Let's go Rosalina. Let's go Rosalina here. But we're gonna use the regular car. We're gonna change that up. Do we have anything that's like a star? There's nothing Rosalina-y. Wah. Oh, J8NCK. J8NCK. Yeah, Rosalina's from the stars. Dry Bones because somehow Palpatine returned. Compared to Three Houses, Engage sold less, but compared to classic Fire Emblem like Awakening, it was quite successful. Three Houses just pulled in a new market. So it kind of makes sense. That's interesting. Yeah, maybe Engage is the next step. Ludwig is giving me Kylo Ren vibes, so I'll pick him. I kind of like that. All right, we'll get into a game here, and then everybody else can. The code's up, so if you want to get into it at some point. No comp. I don't know how people feel about the comms. I like having the computer on. You have to engage at some point to start. Shy Guy kind of looks like a Jawa. All right, I'll give you that. Should we do... Hold on. Should we change up anything? Should we do mirror matches? What do you think? 200cc, I can't do 200cc. Should we do mirror or should we just 150cc? Just keep it normal. Let's keep it normal. For the first one, let's keep it normal. And we'll decide later if we want to change it up. That's why many recommended you Three Houses, because you didn't enjoy classic FE, but seeing you play it, you probably would enjoy a more classic, modern game more. I would probably enjoy something that is a bit more traditional in that kind of game. I very much enjoyed Unicorn Overlord. I feel I'm feeling a tactics playthrough coming up. I don't know when. I just feel like there's a tactics playthrough on the way. I have Tactics Ogre, so I want to play. That's not going to be a stream game, but I want to play Tactics Ogre at some point. I'm playing Persona now, sort of off and on. Well, off right now, but some folks at work found out about me joining the Mario Kart tournament. Teresa said, "Of course you do that instead of softball. Of course." It's in an air-conditioned room. I'm playing for money rather than for fun. Yeah, Somber. The next time I play through, it'll be War of the Lions. There's a version on PC where they remove the slowdown. That's the version I would play. Ow. Oh, damn it. Ah! Was Tactics the game I did Ross for Monsters Inc. for a girl character? I remember. Was it Tactics or was it Final Fantasy VII that I did the Roz voice for? Oh my god, I'm in last place. It was Tactics, right? Yeah, I don't remember which one. I thought it was for 7. I shouldn't have done that there. Oh my god, wait, I should have done that there because I almost hit a banana. Whoa. All right, here we go. Come on. Oh my god, don't zap me with lightning here. No. Come on. No. Oh, I wanted that mushroom. Back from laundry and watching Hero and Kaiju number 8. Oh, good. It's another Kaiju number 8 episode. I gotta go back. I started dozing off watching the new Laid Back Camp episode, so I gotta go back and I'll probably just rewatch that. And then I gotta Tales of the Empire. Tales of the Empire is up. Turn it down. Now it's too loud. Yeah, Dragoon. I think I downloaded it. So I want to play the patched War of the Lions. So I have all the slowdown removed. I was looking to find. I watched somebody play. Oh my god. I listen. I have a story to tell you. All right. And every once in a while, I try to think that I'm not some sort of gaming elitist, right? I try to think that I'm not some sort of, how are you not good at this game? Right? Like a snob. I try to think that I'm not that. The other day, I was flipping through Twitch and I was just looking for a stream to watch, like just something to have on. So I you check your recommendeds. I check like retro and stuff. And, I found somebody playing Metroid, original NES Metroid. And he was at the end. He's in the last thing where you have to break the Zebatites and then go and kill Mother Brain. And I'm watching as he's struggling to not get hit by the little rinkas, the little ring things, and he keeps falling into the lava. And then if you fall into the lava right in front of Mother Brain, it's so excruciating to get out of it. You usually just die. Like, depending on whether or not you're able to land on the platform and stuff, you usually just die. He would not shoot the rinkas with the ice beam to freeze them to stand on it, which I feel like is an obvious thing to do, right? I feel like it's obvious, but I'm a snob. So I'm watching there, and I didn't turn it off or anything. I was just sitting there. I'm like, come on, man. Like, I'm desperate for him. How the hell did I fall there? I'm desperate for him to figure out what it is that he needs to do. And it felt like a miracle when he figured it out. And I'm just like, I don't think I'm an elitist, but sometimes I look and I just think, you are playing this game wrong. What is the matter with you? Oh, wait. Yeah, strong word. Was this strong words for the guy that won't use battalions? Exactly. That's kind of what made me think of it. It's like, you're playing it wrong. It was so funny, but it's just like, there's sometimes, man, where that sort of happens, and you're yeah, Executor, exactly. You don't want to be a gaming snob. You don't want to be the person that's like, excuse me, you're playing the game wrong. But when people don't run in Mario Brothers, you're kind of like, why are you not doing that? It seems like the most basic thing to be doing, and you're not doing it. That ghost kind of saved my life there. Meow. Whoa! Go, 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 go! Come on, I can get eighth! No, I can't! Run into that myself watching games I know well and go, oh, yeah, why are you doing that? It does happen when you're very familiar with the game. You just got to remember the folks maybe get, yeah, and this was the guy's first time, I think, playing through Metroid ever. He was using the save state right before he got into the hallway, and like there were just a lot of parts of it where I'm watching and I'm just like, and then you know what my problem is? My problem is with situations like that, not with his with his specifically, but also just in general, it does turn into the situation where these are the moments where I'm afraid someone's going to go back and say, this game is unfair. I defend Zelda 2. I constantly defend Zelda 2. And Zelda 2 is a game where I say that all the time. Hey, GM. Zelda 2 is a game where I say that all the time, where people complain that Zelda 2 is unnecessarily difficult, and I say, no, it just doesn't pull its punches. If you are reckless in Zelda 2, it won't care and you'll die. Zelda 2, I don't actually think is extremely difficult as a game. I just think that it is very unforgiving as a game. And if you are careless in Zelda 2 is going to punish you for it. It sounds like Dark Souls. Oh no. Zelda 2 is Dark Souls. Look, yeah, Zelda 2 I know. Like, even back in the day, I never found Zelda 2 to be unfair. It's just, if you don't respect the game, if you go into an area and you think that it's not a Mario game, you're not just going to run through everything. If you refuse to acknowledge that, you're going to lose every time in Zelda 2. And it's going to do it remorselessly. Oh. See, Zelda 2 is great, but it can be pretty brutal. I don't think it's particularly brutal. I just think that if you go into Zelda 2 carelessly thinking you can just jump around and do everything, you're going to die. You're going to die easily. Oh, no. Oh, damn it. It's 2 turns, and then you go back this way. Do you hate the invisible walls that overused in Zelda? Zelda 2's invisible walls were only... I think it was only one invisible wall and 2 invisible floors. Ah. It does use the invisible floor trick a couple of times. Actually, the only one I can think of... No, it doesn't use that. I mean, most of the time it's not too difficult to, like, where the worst invisible floor in Zelda 2 is the one in Palace 6. Beyond that, it's usually just like, oh, I have to backtrack a screen and fix the problem. Whoa! Okay, that was weird. Ah. It's an interesting idea. The idea you need to respect the game when you're probably just trying to play it, not disrespecting it. It's not that you're disrespecting it or anything. It's just some games require you to be careful. Some games require you, when you see an enemy, when you play a platformer and you see an enemy, what do you think? I may have to kill the enemy to advance in the platformer, but if I advance in the platforms, I don't have to kill the enemy, right? I can jump over the enemy and I can go. And Zelda 2 a lot of the time is saying, no, you have to pay attention to this enemy. You have to pay attention to what the game is telling you that you're supposed to be doing, or it's going to kill you for it. And I don't know. I don't particularly think that that's bad. So the NWC discussion yesterday, I rewatched segments of the 2017 NWC. It was screaming my head off at how bad people are at DKC returns.
Your ideas are intriguing to me, and I wish to subscribe to your newsletter.
Blanc Savant, thank you so much for the follow. Very much appreciate that. I'd say 2 is harder with all those gank bosses and such. Never made it past Dungeon 1. See, that's wild. Did you never made it past Dungeon 1 in Zelda 2? I didn't think it was that difficult. It's not like playing Silver Surfer. I think 3 is miles harder than 1 or 2. Dark Souls or Zelda? Beep. It's not anything I can't fathom. Some people can't get gold in GT licenses. It feels so easy to me. I get I usually get silver, like for the GT, in GT7, I got silver pretty easily. Some of them I have gold. Some of them I have gold. I think most of them I didn't even bother trying. I don't think it's as bad as, I don't think GT7 is as bad as like the old Gran Turismo games. I think they were a bit worse with it. Hold on. Everything you said you needed to beat Zelda 2, I don't have. Wait. Saw some take 8 hours to complete Sonic 3. I mean, I haven't played... That's interesting. I haven't played the original Sonic games in a long time. Maybe that's something that I can do. I don't remember the last time I ever beat Sonic 1. I mean, I don't remember the last time I beat any of them. Sonic 2, I think I beat Sonic 2 like a few years ago. And in Sonic 3, I haven't gone back to it forever. I never beat Mario 1, but I beat Lost Levels. Interesting. You know what I'm curious about? If you, let's say you have the ghost, right? Let's say you have the ghost and you make it up to first place and then someone throws a blue shell at you and you use the ghost. Does the blue shell, like, I'm assuming it doesn't hit you, but it doesn't just fly past you or something, right? I can't get past the blue spheres in Sonic 3. Every copy I have, the game goes into warp speed, making it impossible to beat. Listen, Area, don't let anybody convince you otherwise. The blue spheres suck, all right? Half Pipe is way better. Could be Gradius 3, but I couldn't do anything in Zelda 2. The shell will still try to hit you. It'll still attempt to hit you, but the blast won't kill me. I'm assuming. We'll do another one. Just regular. I did not just hear Half Pipe. You absolutely 100% heard Half Pipe superiority. Half Pipe is way better than Blue Spheres. Blue Spheres is terrible. All right? Let's be honest. No, Blue Spheres is not terrible. I just think the Half Pipe is better. When you don't have Tails following you, all right? When you don't have Tails ruining the experience for you and taking a bunch of unnecessary hits. Don't play the game with Tails. If you're going to play as Sonic, play as Sonic. If you're going to play as Tails, play as Tails. Don't play with the other one. Because when you play it with Tails, Tails gets hit all the time, and it's a headache and a half. Play the game with just Sonic. Way better. Me, a Sonic CD UFO enjoyer. I always have Tails with me. Fun fact, the game lowers the goals with Tails. He sucks. It just makes it harder. What is it? It's that. That's so much better. Come on. Half Pipe music is awesome. Oh, I tried to mushroom that and get ahead. Oh, no, that almost worked. The Blue Sphere music is banger. I think the Blue Sphere music was banger. I'm trying to remember it. What was the Blue Sphere? I'm trying to remember the Blue Sphere music. Damn, I can't remember it. I can't remember it off the top of my head. I can picture the whole thing. I don't think I liked it more. I don't think I hated it. There wasn't any music that I hated or anything. Whoa. Woo. I can't see anything. Everybody got ahead of me because I was too far to the left. Go. Oh, no. Oh, come on. No. Doing terrible today. Tails does in fact make it a bit easier, but because you need less overall rings. But he also takes hits. He takes a lot of hits, and he loses like 10 rings every time he gets hit. Enjoy the half pipe, but I do think the Blue Sphere is better. I didn't like it as much. The ever Blue Sphere versus half pipe. Yeah. And meanwhile, there's a 3DO. There's a UFO enjoyer further up. I thought I died for a second, but we barely made it to the underfloor. The Dark Jedi Knight 1. Thank you so much for the follow. Very much appreciate it. How could you have such cringe Sonic takes? Oh, it's easy because Sonic is cringe. It's just that simple. Oh, wait. Hang on. I didn't turn the alert box on here. There we go.
To me, and I wish to subscribe to your newsletter.
I like the UFO, actually. I just think CD is a better game. Oof. CD, I don't know. I didn't play through CD because I didn't really have a Sega CD, so I just didn't have access to the game. I think I played what I liked. That's the game that introduced the super peel out thing. I love that. I think that was such a cool looking mechanic. Even if it was effectively unnecessary, I thought it was kind of cool looking. So I didn't think the word cringe. Oh, the word cringe is way overused. Are you serious? Of course it is. It's lost any real significant meaning. At this point, it's a fun meme word to say, but, you know, it's a fun meme word to say. Why not? Whoa! Here we go! Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, all the kids are using Riz now. I think that's old. I think Riz is already old. Whoa. Huh? Oh, I thought he's... Go, 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 go! Oh, stay away from that thing. Wait. Get over here. Oh, damn it. Just as I can. Ah! Oh, no. Oh, I didn't mean to throw the shell. I just meant to throw fireballs. I went from 3rd to 10th. Can I get an item to help me out in the last minutes here? Is it like goon? That word, I don't know. That word goon's kind of. I feel like goon's kind of. It had this weird elevation, right, as a cringy word, and now I think people don't really care about it anymore. I think people care more about the word cringe than they care about the word goon. Sonic 10 has pretty good music, at least. Forgettable at worst. Nobody said anything about Sonic 1's music. Yeah, I mean, Sonic 1. You know what the problem is with Sonic 1? Sonic 1 just feels at this stage in the evolution of Sonic 1 just feels like the first try that you don't need to worry about. Right? There's nothing that's like I don't think anybody misses Sonic 1. You know what I mean? It's not like if you look at Sonic 2 and you would say, "Oh yeah, you know, the half pipe and maybe there's certain mechanics, or maybe people miss how the simplicity of Sonic 2 versus even with Sonic 3, you know, you added the different shields and you have the blue spheres, and you would say, "Oh, I prefer Sonic 2 to Sonic 1." Like, I don't know anybody that prefers Sonic 1. I don't know anybody that prefers Super Mario Brothers 1 to 3. It's like it just did everything better. And there was nothing about 1 that made you miss it. Wait, how are we back here again? Yeah, Sonic. No. Sonic and Atomic. It's not that Sonic 1 is bad. It's just anything that Sonic 1 did, Sonic 2 did better. So there's almost no. It kind of feels like there's no need to go back to Sonic 1. I've never heard anybody say that it was out of. You know, the whole thing about is Sonic 2 or Sonic 3 better? Is the half pipe better than the blue spheres? And like nobody likes the spinning stage. How they thought that was a good idea to bring that back in Frontiers is in Superstars was incredible. I don't know anybody that said that they love those bonus stages where the whole stage is spinning around. One just feels like you just don't. There's no reason to go back to it anymore. Why'd they bring superstars? That's the problem. One is more pure platforming. You don't think 2 is pure platforming? I don't have a problem with 2 as far as a platformer goes. Yeah, Superstars was terrible. Superstars. Well, we're not going to get into Superstars discourse, but Superstars. Oh, come on. I think 2 is a lot more about going fast. Yeah, you're not wrong there. You're not wrong there. It is a faster game. The problem is it's kind of it sounds kind of weird to say 2 was about going fast and that's a problem. Right? With Sonic the Hedgehog specifically. Uh-oh. 3 is a better game, but I tend to play 2. I'll be honest, 3 it's been forever since I played 3. When I think about playing 3, it feels like it was more of a commitment. So I think I'm maybe just over, like, I think my brain just kind of remembers 3 differently. I think it's because I think of 3, I also think of Sonic and Knuckles. So I kind of think of all of it together. Yeah, we just raced here. Sonic 2 is more nostalgic, but 3 refined everything in its peak. Yeah, so am I, Solar. It isn't a problem. Some might prefer the act of making careful jumps, which I feel like is, and you're not wrong, I guess, but I've never heard it. That's sort of my thing, is I'm not saying that no one out there thinks that Sonic 1 is their favorite out of the initial 3. I'm just saying I've never had anybody say it. I've never had anybody legitimately say it. I've never had anybody who actually said, yes, out of the 3, Sonic 1 on the Genesis is my favorite one. Yeah, the rest of us have. Yeah. How are you supposed to? It's called Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Yeah, you know, no, that's technically called Sonic 3, right? Sonic 1 is a try again screen. I mean, and you know, Sonic 1 only has the 6 emeralds. It doesn't have all 7. They don't do anything, right? Getting the 6 emeralds doesn't really change anything. It has the best try again screen. Isn't that the one with Eggman juggling the emeralds? What's the one with Eggman juggling the emeralds and they kind of go back and forth? Yeah, 3 and Knuckles was meant to be one game anyway, so I kind of always think of it as one game. And so it feels like a commitment when I think about going back and playing it. That's the bad ending of Sonic 1. Oh, okay. You know, if you're a ghost, it shouldn't matter if you go off-road. I'm just saying. Why, if I'm a ghost and items don't hurt me, do I lose traction off-road? Yeah, it's a bigger commitment, but it also has saves. I mean, and the thing is, GG, even if it doesn't have saves, I have save states, right? Because I'd be playing it on the Switch. So even if it doesn't have, like Sonic 1, I could play Sonic 1 because I don't have to worry about save states. Or I don't have to worry about, like, saving or playing it continuously because I have save states. Oh no, every time. What about Sonic 2 on the Game Gear? I never played the Game Gear ones. The one that I want to play are the advanced games. I never played the advanced games. Oh, wait, what happened to him? Oh, come on, man. No! I should have done better. Talking about respecting games while using save states. Wordy, I cheat not only the game, but also myself. The Game Gear version sucks. The advanced games are great if you don't go for the emeralds, which I wouldn't do. I mean, if I played Sonic 3, I wouldn't go for the emeralds. Because I'd have to play the blue spheres, and the blue spheres suck. Look at a Naruto run. See the Naruto run over there? Come on. We'll do another plain one, and then we'll start switching up the items. The Act 1 complete jingle is better in Sonic 1 and 2. What was, I think it was it Sonic 1? It might have been Sonic 2. Which one was that one? 8-Bit Sonic 2. The game where everyone believed that Tails died in the bad ending. That's 1 and 2, right? Yeah, that was great. I love that. 3 brought the one we all know and love. Oh, wait. I have to pick something. Yeah, that's 1 and 2. That's the one that I like. Because it kind of records it. I love that. Both 1 and 2 had the same act. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, okay. So they were the same one. I mean, everybody knows. But everybody knows the best Sonic game was Spinball, right? Can we all agree on that? You know, if we want to disagree on the best bonus stage, or we want to disagree which one was the best, like the best game overall, can we agree that the best one overall was Sonic Spinball? Right? Mean Bean Machine. Get your Puyo out of here. Spinball sucks. Hey. All right, now hold on. Let's not say things we're gonna regret here. Wait a minute. I mean, Spinball sucks. Sounds like someone has a skill issue. Yeah, that sounds that. Yeah, anybody who's not good at Sonic Spinball, that's the problem. Only problem with Sonic Spinball. What the hell was that? Only problem with Sonic Spinball was that last stage. Terrible. The options menu music was great. You got what's it called? Lava Powerhouse, amazing song. You got The Machine. Oh, come on, man. The Machine, Sonic Spinball, best. That's great music right there. I still think Lava Powerhouse is better, but. And it had those weird bonus stages, which I think were some sort of a reference to the cartoon. Toxic Haze. Boom, boom. Come on, that's good stuff. You guys are crazy if you don't like Sonic Spinball. Spinball had great music. Obviously, I'm sort of like I did love Spinball, so that's not really like that's not a meme. That's not me joking, but like I understand people just don't like pinball games in general. The Spinball had some difficulty issues, but the music was legitimately good. Like if you've never actually listened to the music in Spinball, I would highly recommend. Even if you don't like pinball games, I would highly recommend that you listen to it. It was really good music. I was in 3rd place, and now I'm going to lose. Oh! Mean Bean had better music? 10 out of music for Spinball overall. What? I love it. The option music was great. What did you talk about? I mean, it's not the best options music. Everybody knows what the best options music sound like. Menu. Let's say menu music. right? Well, I guess that's options view. Well, I would say menu. I would say that all counts. Everybody knows what the best option / menu music was. Can you guess? What do you think? What do you think was the best? That's a good question. What do you think was the best like options menu music? I mean, I think back then video games really did them. It was kind of the same, so there wasn't really a difference. But Mimi Machine has decent music. Mega Man X. Ooh, Mega Man X password theme is the best. You didn't like, I still say GoldenEye. I know it's a cliche answer, but I think the GoldenEye, when you pause. Ooh, Bomb Rush. I haven't heard Bomb Rushes yet. Sonic Mega Collection has the best menu music. Ooh, wait, is that the GameCube one? I have that game. Mega Man 2 title screen and intro music. Is that what you're thinking of? Wait, she got turned around. Oh no! She got turned around. She hit face first. And she got turned around. No! I'm so far back. Oh, this is terrible. Give me a bullet or something. Don't give me a blue shell now. I don't need that. Look out! Is there a good place to use this star or anything? Like, there doesn't seem like there's anything here that I can use the star and then skip stuff. All right, we're back in the game. Wait a minute. What, do we turn on special items? Oh, hey, hey! What just happened there? Wow, this is a big shortcut. Wait, what? Oh, ow! Okay. All right, well, I'm back down to 9th. This is, oh no. See, I had some spots. No, I had some spots where I could have taken some shortcuts, but I didn't know they were there. Uh-oh. Oh, no. 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 Mega Man 3 title music. 3 also has good title music. Sonic Riders Zero Gravity menu themes are amazing. I should be telling, you know what I should, you guys, if okay, how about this? Anybody who, if you have an answer, right? If you answered one of those, can you find it on YouTube and link it in the music forum? Link it in the music forum so we can hear some of these. I probably won't listen to them on stream, but so we can listen to some of them. Some of them might be pretty cool. I went from 1st to 10th. Civ 6 menu music is one of the very rare cases where I did not want to start a new game right away and just listen to that till it ended. If you want, Chaos, you don't have to. You don't have to. Just if you want to. We have the music forum on Discord, so you know if there's something there, that would be kind of cool. How to join Discord? Lilac, do you have the link? Do you have the link? I have to like save the link somewhere. Yeah, I'm sorry. I still have that disabled. Oh, thank you, Ronan. That's the neat part. You don't. No, I have the link somewhere. I have to reestablish it. I think it'd be okay to reestablish it. I'm kind of nervous. Like I would say that it's okay to reestablish it, and then we had a bot raid, or not a raid, but we had follow bots. What, last week or the week before? So it does make me nervous. Ow. Meow. Oh, just missed them. Yeah, kind of trying to pick a song for Street 3 H2. Well, it's got to be it's got to be like menu music. It's got to be like it's pause music or it's menu music. You know what's a good one for pause music? Was it Battletoads? Was it Battletoads on the NES? What was the one that when you would pause it, it would go? It was so simple, but it was like, why is this good? I don't understand why they did that. Yeah, it was NES Battletoads. Meow. Oh no. Pretty easy game, Battletoads? Yeah, that's not difficult at all. Oh, ow. Okay. All right, out of running for the Grand Prix because my controller just came. Oh no! Whoa! Woo! Yeah, so this will be like I'll just listen to all of this later. Oh, 7. Dark Blitz, thank you so much for that. I feel like an F1 driver that only wins points in the final race. Yeah, that's all I'm going for. I don't know if this counts. Trophy room for Melee is good. That's not bad. That's not bad. Killer Instinct menu music. Dun 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 Orchid dun dun Saber Wolf. Fight on. Yeah, I'll take it. That's a good one. Whenever I get a group of friends together who rarely cross over with each other, the Brawl theme plays. I feel like my life is the ultimate crossover. I have the other one. Do I have Ultra? Ultra Combo! I have Ultra. I don't have Supreme Victory. That's what I need. Supreme Victory. That's what I need on here. Perfect. I also have this one. We shall come. Ow. Oh wait, it's Animal Crossing Winter. I feel like we never get the winter one. You got nothing there, huh? I almost booted up Animal Crossing the other day. Maybe it's time. Maybe I should hop back into my town, see how things are going. Pick some weeds. I think it's Bjork's level theme. It's Lara's focus like Killer! Killer! Yeah! Was that the first game or the second one? I forget if it's the first game or the second game that has that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It was the SNES, so it was the first one. Yeah. The second game I think she had a good song in that too. I think she had like a legit song in that one. Meow. I mean, that's the game. For as much as I loved Killer Instinct, that's the game I never. I mean, I didn't play it initially because it was on Xbox and I didn't have an Xbox. But when it came to PC, I still never picked it up. I should get back into that game. I would love if that game showed up on the Switch somehow. Even though I don't. Wait, what happened to my item? Did somebody steal my item? What the hell happened there? What was that? Mick Gordon did the 2013 Killer Instinct soundtrack? I didn't know that. What you deserve. Oh, by 1 point. By 1 point, Marcos. Marcos is training. Marcos, this is good though. You need to be tested if you're gonna win the tournament. The snow version of the track makes the cars slide. All right, so I need to win. Let's do custom items. My McDuffie is here? What the heck is that? You're off. You're off. McMuffin. What the hell is a McDuffie? That's great. I'm gonna turn off the singles. I like when we turn off the singles. And I'm gonna turn off the ink. I sometimes I turn off the ink just because I think it's stupid. Pinned comment. Wait, what's up? Oh, to join. There you go. The game's a bit strange when it comes to when it makes the car slide. Yeah, I should get into. That's on Steam, right? Isn't the 2013 Killer Instinct, is that on Steam? Left to do a 14 raid because I'm trying to do find a full party for old content. This game is a nightmare. Yeah, that's not untrue, Solar. Hey, look, I'm in first. I'm not in first anymore. Oh, wait, I have to change the category for the stream. Ow. Oh, no. Ow. Ow. Why are you guys hitting me? You're supposed to be letting me win. Huh. Something just occurred to me. I have a question. So for this level, it changes every lap, right? In the beginning, you go one direction, and then on the second lap, the arrows point you somewhere else. Did I see that correctly? Meow. Whoa. If you just don't move off the finish line, or like you tap the gas so that the game doesn't time you out, and someone crosses into the second lap, will you still have to go the original way, or will the lap change shape and you do the second lap instead, like as the first lap? If I just don't move at the beginning, I'll have to go the original way. Okay. It is like instanced towards me. Okay. Each player, yeah, okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I mean, you would even if Shadow, even if it worked, you'd still be a lap behind, so you would still lose. I was just kind of curious. I was kind of curious to see if it's like related to the track, because like in Coconut Mall, the escalators, the ones that go up and down and then they swap back and forth, that's tied to that specific mechanic right there. So I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if the lap, if the course was designed to change or something. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, I guess it would be tied to your individual racer. What happens if you put more than 3? I don't think you. That's the one thing you can't do. There's no changing it so that you can add more laps or anything. Killer instinct. Bum 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 bum. This says, wait, huh? Killer Instinct on Steam. All right, help me out here, everybody. Killer Instinct on Steam says free. What? Why does it say free? It's free? Because I see there's an anniversary edition for $29.99. So what's the difference? That happened about a month. That happened a month ago? So it was recent. Oh no! Damn, I thought I hit you with that. Oh no! I thought I hit you with that. Whoa! Oh no! I hit something. Oh, did I really just destroy that shell? No way. Hey, I got third place. Holy smokes. I was first for a while. Yeah, this track is boring. It has one free rotating character. You can unlock 2 more by playing the story mode. It's a free-to-play version. It's a free version that has a rotating free character. You have access to the whole game but one character. That's so weird. Really? How often does the character rotate? Weekly. Interesting. Did you change the items? I got like 5 super horns. I changed the items, but I turned off a couple of things. I turned off the lightning. I turned off the blooper. And then I turn off the single stuff. So like no single shell, single mushroom, single banana. So it's only the triple. But I left everything else on. Oh no! No! That's interesting. I didn't know that was a thing that they did. Uh-oh. Don't go crazy. Oh, no. Ow. No! Come on. I got crossed up. Speaking of fighting games, I got crossed up with a star. I'm in 12th place. What a fascinating way to kind of keep interest in that game. Come on. There, I'm not going to get screwed over this time. I got this star to protect me. Ow. Oh, Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising does that too. Is that the RPG game? Or is that just the second Grand Blue game? I wanted to try that too, Grand Blue. When I had PS Plus, I think it was free at one point, and I never played it. Oh, come on. That's the fighting game. Okay, what's the didn't they have an RPG one? Wasn't there an RPG game that came out for Grand Blue? Relink. Okay. Go! Travel through the bullet. Nah, get the bullet. I can't get there with the bullet. I never fought so hard in my life for 8th place. It's Grand Blue is a fantasy. It's a fighting game series, but they made a action RPG game out of it too. It's a mobile game. Yeah, that's right. You're right. Grand Blue was a mobile game at first, right? With the introduction of free-to-play version, they apparently updated the game to fix the game's crossplay, added some new color swaps and some tweaks to the rogue light mode in Killer Instinct. I was gonna say sorry for hitting you with the bullet, but you beat me to it. Yeah, I had to fight to beat that bullet to the end. This is so interesting. Add to library. I'm gonna add this Killer Instinct to my library. I wonder who the character is. Who's the character today? I wonder. I mean, it's free to play, right? Well, how much does it waste my time? All it costs is time, which unfortunately is kind of valuable right now. Every time I turn around, there isn't enough time. There's another thing that pops up that there's not enough time to do. I want to keep studying Japanese, but I have like 3 different games that I want to play, and I have a bunch of shows I want to watch, and oh god, there's just so much. Ah! Oh! What? Okay. Whoa! Oh, God. Imagine consuming content. Oh, Atomic. Imagine consuming content. Unfortunately, it can't be me. Can't be me, but it's not my choice. I want it to be me. Oh, later, CT, have a good one. You know, people always talk about, you know, TikTok and short form content and how it's ruined our attention spans, and we don't pay attention to anything for more than 20 seconds before we want to move on to the next thing. Right? Long form content is suffering because of it. And we talk about all of that stuff. And it's like, did we ever stop and consider that it's not that our attention spans are ruined, it's just that there's so much content, we're only willing to give something 30 seconds to a minute before we just need to move on to the next thing. I can't risk this thing being 20 minutes long and being terrible. So I just need to move on to the next thing. Hey, 4th place. Keep getting connection errors. No, I'm sorry, Somber. Just found out people who bought my PS4 have been taking money from, oh my god, from your Roblox account. Meanwhile, Caddy makes a 2.5 hour video. To be fair though, he makes a 2.5 hour video, what, once every 2 months, 3 months? And he goes through a lot, man. He goes through, hey, I'm in 3rd place. That's a frightening 3rd place there. Look at how far down. Look at the gap between 1st place and 3rd place. They buy Robux through my PayPal. Wait, what? Wait, they're stealing your money? That's not good. Custom items. Oh, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We never do this. Random. Just see what happens. Thoughts about Xbox shutting down 360 support after 2005 when it came out? Wait, hold on. When did they shut it down? They're shutting it down now? Ugh, I saw lightning. No, we're not playing Final Fantasy today. Five red shells, 2 blue shells, a horn, and a boomerang. Yeah, I'm oh, the category. Crap. Thanks, Jerf. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Thank you. Yeah, when did they shut it down? What do you mean? What do you mean they shut down Xbox? That was Xbox Live, right? Wasn't that Xbox Live? Ow, what the heck hit me? Okay. $50 thing they ship. Yeah. I don't know if you can dispute that, but you know, at least you caught it now before it was $500. I was mashing the button to use the star. Stupid lightning. No, 500 would have been Tower of Fantasy. Meow. Whoa. Ow, ow, go, go, go. All right, I'm not even gonna risk it. That was your fault. How do you run into me? This is what I'm talking about. How do you run into me when I have the star, take a hit, and get further ahead? That's insane that happened right there. She hit me while I had the star, took a hit, and ended up further ahead than when she hit me. Welcome to Mario Kart. I was trying to work in the welcome to die, but I can't. Welcome to die. I can't. Pinball sucks. Are you serious? No way. No. Oh, good banana. Oh, I can't believe this. Look at how bad I did. I was doing so well. As soon as you get a game style chance, I think you'll enjoy it, especially if we do it. Wait, which game? Tower of Fantasy. As of July 29th, 2024, you will no longer be able to purchase Xbox 360 games through the console itself or the legacy web store. However, you'll still be able to purchase backwards compatible Xbox 360 games to play on modern Xbox consoles. Oh, it don't look like I did. Okay. I mean, listen, I know everybody gets all in an uproar when these online shops shut down, but the reality is you're just not going to be able to buy them forever. These stores are still, they're not going to be available forever. Can I still, what the hell? Can I still get, like, if I already bought something, will there still be a way for me to download it? That's probably more important, but the fact that I can't go to the store and buy stuff, it's like, am I trying to? I don't know. I always feel like I'm the one that's like, it's really not that big of a deal. I don't, when the 3DS and Wii U shop, like, I feel like the Wii U shop, maybe there were, like, the Wii U shop's kind of interesting because, you could probably argue that it went a little bit too soon as far as time goes, but the Wii U was also relatively unpopular, so, but these shops, they're around for, like, everybody got all in an uproar when the PlayStation, it was like the PS3 was going to shut down. It's just like, how long are they supposed to be up, though? I don't know. I feel like at some point you have to say, all right, that's fine. That's a lot of bananas. Why are there so many bananas? They form for like 2 years in advance as well. Yeah, like, I don't know. You have anybody who really wants what they want off of there, if they've got it. If you've got enough time to make sure that you've got it, then you got it. they're not new customers. It's not like, oh no, new people aren't going to be able to buy their 360 games. What? At some point, you just have to accept that these things aren't going to be around forever. I'll give you this. First off, 360 games on Xbox Series S will still be available for purchase. You can re-download, but purchases are gone. With stuff on purchasing is gone. With stuff on Xbox 360, you had nearly 20 years to get that stuff. Most often, no one cares until they don't have the option. Yeah. So that's the thing. It's been informed for like 2 years in advance as well, with several notices. You can still re-download, and backwards compatible games are still purchasable. So that sounds fine to me. Only thing that's gone is my ability to buy games on the 360. Re-downloads and 360 games on one, and Series will still be good to go. To zero people cared about the Wii U eShop until they said we're going to shut it down. Before that, it's a waste of time and money. Yeah, it's so weird. How many stars do you fools have? No. Only thing that we got are games that are dead already. With an Xbox or with an Xbox One version. So yeah, it's fine. Tech isn't going to be around forever. You know, the tech isn't going to be around forever. The shops aren't going to be around. Like, are you mad because you can't buy new Super Nintendo games? Of course you're not. You know, I can't believe stores don't sell these anymore. What are you talking about? You're mad about that. Like, oh my god. Okay. Oh no. Oh. Woohoo. What was that called? Wasn't that called Song 2? Woohoo! Well, oh no! Oh, my star ran out at the worst possible time. You know, Shadow, you mentioned stars, like everybody's got a star. I felt like there were bananas all over the track here. We should be in one of the Donkey Kong tracks. Oh no! Oh, I didn't get that. No! Oh no! Damn it! I used it at the wrong time. I screwed myself over on that one. Damn. I was thinking it was the wrong part of the track. Wait, what's a bad cartoon? What's that? People love that cartoon? What? And then there's me who actually waits for the shutdown and then go Wild Wild West to mod it to death. It feels that people are just being outraged over those stores closing to be outraged. I don't know. You know what, Trios? It kind of goes back to the thing that I was saying, like karate teriyaki. I feel like that's going to become a meme here for me. Karate teriyaki. I start to think that it's this thing where people are kind of pissed off about it because they think they're supposed to be pissed off about it. Right? You're supposed to be mad. You're supposed to be upset when you lose access to your digital purchases. But realistically, no one cares. No one had a problem with it. Yeah, here we go. Speaking of DK race. Oh, what about John and Homicide and Mania? I can't believe someone at Nick's on a resume said, let's let him make a cartoon. Yeah, Yeah, it becomes that thing where, like I said, it's the karate teriyaki where there's this reaction in you to be upset about it because you think you're supposed to be upset about it, right? Oh my God, I don't have access to my digital purchases. That sounds like a bad thing. That's the thing that I was told was terrible and everybody said was the horrible reality of an all digital future. And it's like, yeah, but did you care? Did you stop to ask yourself whether or not you cared that you're not going to have access to these games? Because that, you know what it is? Because and you know what's funny is that's what happens. When I say, when someone says, well, I don't really care. I don't want to have access to those games. It's like, what do you mean you don't care? Don't you think it's fair that people should have this? And it's like, yeah, I think that people should have access to the things that they purchase, but I just don't think a lot of people really care. I don't think as many people are going to be losing something as you want to believe they are. You know, as far as preservation goes, these things probably exist somewhere already. There's going to be people that are worried about preserving these things, so they're not going to be missing. And you get accused of not giving a damn about these problems. It's like, it's not that I don't care about the problems. It's that the problem I don't really think is as bad as you think it is. You know, if it's a game that just recently came out, if I bought Overwatch, and then when Overwatch 2 comes out, I immediately can't play Overwatch 1, yeah, that's a problem. But in 30 years, if my Overwatch 1 copy doesn't have servers, do I care? Yeah. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Woo-hoo-hoo. No! It just fell off the other side. Oh, hurry. Oh, no! Damn. Nah. Some tech tubers are going to use this news as a scapegoat to make fear-mongering videos and warn us about the odds. I told ya. Told ya. You're going to lose your Xbox 360 games. Like my Xbox 360? Hold on, let me bust out my Xbox 360 here. No, but I could someday. Yeah, the outrage machine goes full throttle and people respond. As long as your re-downloads are available, you have access to your actual content, you'll be fine. Overwatch 4. People bought Overwatch to fund the 3D porn. Okay, right. Somber. To be fair, though, there is some good work going on that sector. Here, we'll do one more with custom items. And we'll switch up the custom items here. Or the random. We'll do the random items. I mean, that just seems like the normal stuff that we shut off. Okay, that's what random giveth. Whoever threw that banana at me in the race. My 360 was relegated to a DVD player 10 years ago. Hey, Flip. Flip, I hope you found it. I hope you found their house. Companies should have empty servers for their, yeah, it is kind of like, come on, guys. At some point, you have to let it go. Yeah, Flip, I hope you found the families, the dogs. You found the owner. Okay, good. Must be able to continue packing. Oh yeah, you've got like 4 hours, AGM. I appreciate you spending some of that time here with us. Go get ready to move out. Have a good one. I'm in AGM. I'm glad things sound like they're getting better. I don't know if they are or not, but it sounds like they are. So I'm gonna say that they are. Physical media is forever, but laser discs, right? What am I gonna do with my? What do you mean I can't use my HDD discs, right? Listen, just because the industry chose Blu-ray, that doesn't mean that my HDD purchases should be invalid. You know? Just like my beta cassettes. I don't have any beta tapes. I never had a beta player. I know other people that had them, but I never had one myself. Oh, I should probably explain beta. Ow! Whoa. 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 Oh, stay on. Meow. Oh, come on. Would you marathon the Star Wars movies? Yes. Yes. I've marathoned the individual trilogies. I think I tried to marathon 1 through 6 one time, but something came up in the middle of the day, so it cut it short. So I ended up watching the prequels and then New Hope. But then I didn't have enough time I wouldn't have had enough time to finish Empire, so I just stopped. I'll tell you what, I would marathon them in the theaters. One through, well, okay. In the theaters, I would probably marathon 1 through 6. I think all 9 would probably be a bit of an extreme. Home, I'd probably marathon them. Yeah, like I'd marathon them in a weekend. I think that's a bit more accessible. Episode 1 through 9 take about 20 hours. Yeah, so that's a bit much, right? Because that's straight through with breaks, bathroom breaks. You know, even not assuming that there's not a nap in there somewhere, but even with bathroom breaks and food breaks. Well, food breaks you can eat while you're watching the movie, but so you're probably talking 22 hours. Let's say there. That's a bit extreme and it's not like I've never stayed up 24 hours, but that's a bit much. I'll tell you what I would do. I would do 1 through 6 on like a Saturday, and then on Sunday I would do 7, 8, 9, Clone Wars, and 7, 8, 9, Rogue One. There you go. I would do because I think there's 12 movies altogether. I would do 6 and 6. So Episode 1, Episode 2, Clone Wars, Episode 3, Rogue One. See, I like Solo. I thought Solo was good. Rogue One, and is it Solo and Rogue One? Is it Rogue One and Solo? Solo and Rogue One. And then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on the next day. That's actually a pretty good split. I kind of like that. Solo's before Rogue One. So yeah, Episode 1, Episode 2, Clone Wars, Episode 3, Solo, Rogue One. That's 6 movies. And then the next day, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I would do that. That's kind of that would be a cool weekend, especially if I could do it at a theater. You know, breaks in between each movie. If you let me eat during the movie, that would be nice. Don't stop the movie, so I can go to, if I have to go to the bathroom, I'm not going to stop the movie. Somber, Clone Wars. That's day 1. Episode 1, Episode 2, Solo, Clone Wars, Rogue One. No, wait, hold on, I messed that up. Hold on. Oh, did I not say Clone? Wait, hold on. I think I messed that up. Maybe I would have to do 7 movies in the first day. Episode 1, Episode 2, Clone Wars. Episode 1, Episode 2, Clone Wars. Solo, Rogue One. No. I'm trying to do this and race at the same time. One, 2, Clone Wars, 3. Solo, Rogue One. There you go. That's all. That's 6, right? Did I get them all? Yeah, I would do that. And that's great because now now the whole prequel era is done. So then the next day it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Was episode 9 bad? No. I don't think episode 9 was bad. I have gripes with the way 8 and 9 progressed, which has to do a lot with the disconnect between them. I don't think that they were written together well. I mean, they weren't written together, but I don't think that they connected very well. I think that they left out a lot of stuff, which is not unlike prequel movies. The prequels, the difference with the prequels was that the prequels had nothing before it, so you could have done anything. 7, 8, and 9 had stuff before it, so there was an expectation on what should have been done. I don't particularly think that they were bad. 8 and 9, 7 I don't think was bad at all. I think 7 was fine. I think 7 hit a lot of the same beats as some of the original trilogy, right? 7 felt like New Hope and Empire rolled into one and made into a new movie, but which is not a bad thing because they were great movies. 8 and 9 just kind of like, it felt like they did a bunch of things and they took a bunch of liberties that they really shouldn't have, and then they tried to backpedal on those. If my biggest gripe with episode 9 is the power scaling. I don't like how all of a sudden Palpatine, like I can even forgive I didn't like the whole Palpatine returning thing just because I wanted a different villain. But I wasn't a big fan of how he would like shoot lightning and bring down the whole fleet. You know what I mean? Like that to me was a bit extreme. There was a power scaling problem there that I had an issue with. So that was my only big issue with it. That and the gaps. Like all of a sudden they're on Exegol. Who are these people that are like chanting, and where are these 1,000 ships coming from? Like there was just a lot of information that it was just assumed, like they just kind of threw at you. But they are fixing that. If you watch Bad Batch, for instance, they are doing more, not just Bad Batch, the other show. They're talking more about the cloning, the cloning project that continued after. So, like, there's a lot of stuff that they, in 20 years, we'll look at it and we'll say, oh, this is awesome. With the context that we now have, this is awesome. Same thing with the prequels. The prequels, a lot of people hated stuff about prequels, and then now you have people that it's their favorite. You have the Clone Wars that fleshed things out. It fleshed out the characters, and there was a lot of stuff there that people felt like it came out of nowhere, which it kind of did. But then there's a reason it came out of nowhere, and now you have a bunch of story that fills in what those gaps are. I don't know. Power scaling, I was fine. Hold on. Ow. Sorry. I feel like I don't know this course at all. Ow. Yeah, in 20 years, people will go, well, they'll complain about 10, 11, and 12. 10, 11, and 12. Those will be the movies that they're upset about. Oh my God! These 10, 11, and 12. This new future trilogy is terrible. The sequel trilogy was the best. Star Wars peaked at episode 9. Could you imagine? I think I would be mad if I get to a future, if I'm 65 years old and I have to listen to people tell me that Star Wars has been terrible ever since the sequels, and that the series peaked at episode 9, I'm going to throw a fit. Oh my God! How? How did that happen? How did I get second place? How are we on brand? They ruined 9 by trying to retcon it with 10. It was a classic. Yeah, CT, old man yells at, no, it'll be, CT, my show will be called Old Man Yells on Cloud, and it'll be, it'll only be available for download from the cloud. How do Rey and Poe, they meet in the movies. In episode 7. Star Wars was never good. When are we marathoning Resistance? I tried, Flip. I watched like 3 episodes of that show. And man. Okay, Resistance. What was the one? What was the one that just came out that was for kids? The one that came out was for the real little kids. What was the other one? Right, with the little three, with the 3 little young Jedi characters. Oh, like I said, I saw you said for all 12 movies it would be 26 hours. You said. So what would be? Yeah, what would be the prequel trilogy and the other 3 disconnected movies? Right. Rogue One, Solo, and Clone Wars. So Rogue One, Clone Wars, 16 hours, and then 4 through 9, 13 hours. That's not bad. I don't think that's too bad. I could do that. I could, if with an entire day, I could do that. Maybe splitting them and sticking Rogue One with 4 through 9 to get a closer split. I mean, you could, like, time-wise, you could. Yeah, time-wise, that would actually make more sense. I think my problem, well, no, because you can do Rogue One. Because Rogue One would be the last one. Yeah, Rogue One would be the one that's the latest. Right before, yeah, Rogue One goes. Actually, I kind of like that because I do like the idea of Rogue One, of watching Rogue One and then immediately going into New Hope. I do like that. Yeah, since it goes right into 4. Yeah, what was the Star Wars show that was like made for little kids? Yeah, it put the oh my God, I thought that was the last lap. It put the split closer to 15 hours each. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Yeah, so we'll do that. We'll leave Rogue One. Oh my God. Young Jedi Adventures. Thank you. Young Jedi Adventures. I watched more of Young Jedi Adventures than I watched of Resistance. And CT, you mentioned Lego Star Wars. You say Lego Star Wars there. So there was a Lego Star Wars show called The Freemaker Adventures, which was a sort of original, it's an original sort of universe. It's like a parody universe of Star Wars. Like it's in this Star Wars universe. It has a lot of the events, but there's sort of the idea is that like this, like actual Star Wars is happening. And then the Freemaker stuff is also happening. And it's got its own story. Freemaker Adventures was actually awesome. I actually very much enjoyed Freemaker Adventures. Young Jedi, I watched more Young Jedi Adventures than I watched of Resistance. I couldn't bear past 3 episodes of Resistance. It wasn't made for kids the way Young Jedi Adventures was, but it was just like, I can't. This is not enjoyable to me. None of this is entertaining. All right, I kind of want to do one more. Do one more? Let's do one more. We'll do one more. Custom items. Random. Ooh, that's a good split. I'm going to turn the ghost off. Resistance tried to dumb down Star Wars lore. You know what I think Resistance was? Remember how everybody said that Rebels was like Star Wars for kids? I think that's Resistance. I think everything that people accused Rebels of being was Resistance. Because Rebels in the beginning, like literally the first 6 episodes, yeah, I could see it. I could see where you could say like, yeah, you know, you gave the kid a slingshot. You had these things where the stormtroopers weren't dying. They were kind of falling off of things. And, yeah, I could see it. I could see where you were trying to say this feels like it's made for a younger audience. But then they kind of overwrite that really quickly. There's moments where it's like, okay, it's definitely not for kids. Whatever Rebels was accused of being at the beginning, I think Resistance is that. I think it is. It tries to be this elaborate world. It tries to be this interesting thing with these other characters. But it is a dumbed down child version of Star Wars. Oh, wait, this is... I keep forgetting you can't just drive over that. You say that... not much more dumbed down than Clone Wars. See, you say that, but here's the thing. When you watch Clone Wars was not dumbed down. It wasn't. There was a lot of very intense things that happened in Clone Wars, and there's very significant story character stuff that happens in Clone Wars. Rebels felt like it was kidded down, right? Rebels felt like that early. And then at one point in one of the episodes, they just decapitate 2 characters. And it's like, oh, okay, it's a bit more aggressive than that. But then they do go into deep stories. They do go into the character development of the Mandalorians, and there's significant Mandalorian story. There's significant Jedi development. Like, there's a lot that happens in Rebels that it feels a bit more excessive than it's a show for children. As far as I understand about Resistance, it never stops feeling like a show for children. No. Wow, everybody's got stars. There's another one of those. Whoa. Hurry up and use that before I get lightninged. Take that, CPU. Yes! Lightning! Go, 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 go! They're all tiny. Oh no! I could have went through the middle. Go. Or at least directors try not to undo each other's work, because 4 and 6 didn't have a proper. Yeah, 4 and 6 didn't have the same directors. They didn't have a proper arc, but they paid attention to each other, and it felt like 7, 8, and 9, or 8 and 9. It felt like 8. Again, I think 8 felt like we're gonna change a bunch of stuff and we're gonna do our own thing, and then 9 felt like course correction, and I at least appreciated the course correction. But then they veered way off to the you had 7, and then you had 8, which veered off to the left, and then you had 9, which veered twice as far off to the right. And it was like they kind of went all over the place, and I can appreciate with the gaps, it makes sense. if you fill in the gaps, I mean, it makes sense later, but that's going to take a while. It's going to take a while for people to accept that, yeah, okay, there's other story, but and then that just comes down into, if I have to engage in 2 different shows and 4 different movies and a bunch of different books in order to understand these 3 movies, I'm just not going to try and understand those 3 movies. Hey, it's my course. Not even felt. That's exactly what happened. It set stuff in 7. Then Ryan went, nope, I'm doing my own thing, and undid a lot of the setups. And in 9, they course corrected, which is why it became so bloated. But they course corrected hard in the wrong direction, and it veered off way in the other direction. It's like, come on, guys. That's why the whole thing about there was always that speculation, would they remake the trilogy? And I first of all, I don't need you to remake 7. I think 7 was fine. So I don't need you to remake 7. I still think that there's stuff that can be salvaged from 8 and 9. I wouldn't mind a retelling with some extra information. But I do feel like there's going to be a chunk of stuff that maybe you're going to have to turn away from. They already remade 7? Wait, what? No, wait, wrong franchise. Meow. Oh, I can go this way. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Everybody's got stars. Everybody back here is getting stars. There's no more like backfield items to get. Oh man. I threw that shell and apparently it targeted that banana specifically. Wow, now I'm the one with the lightning. I've become the thing I hate. Haha. Yeah, I sure showed that banana. A fun fact about Ryan 7, listen to her theme. She has Palpatine's theme, but in higher note at a slower speed. It was hinted who she was from then, but Ryan decided he preferred the idea of her being a nobody, which I kind of prefer too. A longtime Star Wars fan just called to tell me how bad 9 was. Called me just to tell me how bad 9 was to her. I didn't. Fun fact: I did not see 9 in the theater. 9 is the only one that I didn't see in the theater. Not really a fun fact. Which people complain about because fan theories how Star Wars was about bloodlines and the JJ forced it back in the direction he wanted, and people complain to cheapen the idea. That's been my big gripe. That was my big gripe about Palpatine, was that even if you set it up from the beginning, it doesn't change the fact that I just wanted a different villain. At this point, I wanted something else. I mean, you could have argued. I would have preferred if you told me that, with the rise of the Jedi Order or what was going to eventually be the new Jedi Order. Because if you now have Force users that are now being recognized, right? You have Luke trying to build a new school, or there was a new school that eventually collapsed. And that's literally the point of Kylo Ren, was that the revival of the Jedi Order and the revival of Force users was going to mean the revival of the Sith. That would have been fine. I would have been okay with that. Which means you bring in a new Sith Lord. That was my problem. It's just like, can we not with a Palpatine again? Like, that was my issue with that. It wasn't even about like this came out of nowhere. It was more just I just didn't want it to be the same villain. I don't like when franchises do that. As much as I liked Harry Potter, it bothered me that it was constantly Voldemort. Like, be something else. Ow. The complaints were that 8 ruined the main movies by removing it from Bloodlines, and then 9 ruined it by making it about Bloodlines. Which is just a good. It's a good highlight of you're basically pissing everybody off all the time. What if Rey turned into a villain? Well, they had that flashback with her. She looked incredible. I actually really liked her in that flashback. Where she had the cool double flippy lightsaber thing. And she had like the... Yeah, I liked her. I liked her in that flashback. Ooh. Oh, come on. Are you serious? Other than Rey, see, I think Rey was. I don't think Rey was a generic character. I think that it would have been nice to. You know, I mean, I respect that they wanted to do something with her rather than just because having her because. As much as I like the idea of her being a nobody, it does mean that there's no backstory there. It does mean that there's nothing interesting happening with the character, but I don't know. I didn't think she was a terrible character. I didn't think she was the Mary Sue that everybody tried to accuse her of being, but you know. Finn, I think, is the one that suffered the most in that. Is it raining outside? Why am I getting hit with so much lightning? Rey's character trait was that she was the main character. It could have been a cool villain idea. Mace Windu. Having him secretly pulling the strings, trying to restore the public, not realizing how far he fell, makes Rey being Palpatine's granddaughter a stronger point, as he'd hate her irrationally. Well, the problem there is that you'd also have to set up the Palpatine's granddaughter thing. You can't, if you want to say that as a story point later, that's fine. But to say it for the sequel movies, it's a lot to do to set up her as Palpatine's granddaughter, and then you set up Mace Windu also. Or are you saying for later to do that? Might be interesting. Yeah, Azkaban didn't involve Voldemort directly. And I liked Azkaban for that. I liked that Azkaban was a bit different. It involved something, you know, it involved one of his henchmen, but it wasn't him directly. Other stuff. Because said a few streams ago how people don't have the patience anymore and need instant explanation and gratification. Finn was able to break the Stormtrooper brainwashing because he has a slight force resistance, force sensitivity. I didn't do much with that. And Jay just started pushing it back in 9 with the feeling stuff. He was never meant to be a Jedi in the movies as the main line. Or the Skywalker Palpatine saga. Finn becoming a Jedi was for the Disney extended. And that would have been fine. It would have been fine if you tried to do that later. I would have been okay with that. I would have been fine with that. I felt like they kind of wasted his character. He had some good. There was some good. I don't know. At the same time, the only other problem with that is that you already had a character that was going to be a Jedi, right? You already had Rey, who was going to do that. So it would have been nice to have him be the new Han Solo, since Rey was Han Solo and the new Jedi. You should have picked one to do one and someone to do the other. And I still say a third main character that was a Mandalorian would have been a much cooler idea. Although I guess it still works. I guess you still have... Because, yeah, one of my ideas... That was one of my ideas was... You have... Finn, who's force sensitive. You have Rey, who's force sensitive, and she has some deeper connection to it, right? Finn's just a regular force sensitive. Rey has some connection as a force sensitive, and then you introduce a Mandalorian character that was also going to be force sensitive, and now you can follow that character through the Darksaber saga and bring the Darksaber saga into the mainline movies. Like, that would have been really, really cool. And then these three, you know, you start to think that these three are going to be the originators, or at least they're going to be the ones that raise the new Jedi Order. But then the Mandalorian one goes off, and she's going to rebuild Mandalore. You know, obviously this is before you had all of the other stuff. This is before you had all of the Mandalorian show stuff. Yeah, I gotta scroll chat. There we go. Remove all metal and no lightning. Why does this keep happening to me on the final stretch of the race? The Finn and Poe romance would have been nice to get. Yeah, they already hinted at it. John Boyega burnt bridges. Yeah, I mean, he definitely did do that, which he wasn't entirely wrong with, right? So John Boyega wasn't wrong to be pissed off about everything with that, so. Was the trio ever together in 7 and 8? Yeah, I believe so. You hear the Jar Jar help with modern CGI character? No. All right. That was the last race, by the way. That was the last race. No, I didn't hear that about Jar Jar. If 4 to 6 released today, Boba Fett would not become a fan favorite. He would be called the waste of potential. Yeah, I can't believe they didn't do anything with him. I mean, I feel like there's a lot they would say, like, assuming that the special effects were better, because otherwise that'd be the first thing that people complain about. Yeah, you would complain about that. You'd complain about Luke. I mean, people kind of complained about Luke being whiny. So I feel like you would definitely get more of that. People would complain. I mean, people would complain that Leia's the girl boss. People would complain that Han Solo is not a hero. He should be a villain. You know, the whole thing about Greedo shooting first. Like, Greedo would have shot first originally, just because right from the get-go, they would have said, we can't have the hero be a scoundrel. So, because then people would have complained that he's not really a hero, he's a jerk, and it would have just been a whole bunch of... it would have just been nonsense, right? Oh, God. Yeah, people are super critical at the sequels for a lot of stuff. They accept and forgive the OG and the prequels for. Yeah, Vader was right would have been trending. It would have been just a giant mess. So the Death Star is so you built this big giant space station, and there's a 2-meter wide hole in it. Not to mention, you do have moments where, like, oh, so it's random space, but they use meters, huh? Turns out, even in a galaxy far, far away, America is the only one that doesn't use meters. Everybody else does. Star Wars Days become so commercialized. It used to be a wonderful time. A bunch of nerds came together. I don't know. There's some pretty cool stuff that's available for sale. There's a lot of sales. Did you see this? Here, let me switch this over. Did you see the Logitech has a mouse? It's stupid expensive though. First of all, Logitech has these cool mouse pads that are Star Wars. There's like one with the Millennium Falcon, and I think there's one. Let me see if I can find the one with Darth Vader on it. Star Wars mount. Yeah, okay. And there's a couple of them actually, but Logitech themselves. The Logitech G840 extra large gaming mouse pad. Look at this thing. Hold on, I'm gonna show you this. Yeah, Star Wars Days become so commercialized. Have you seen the cool stuff? Okay, that was like a super long link. How do I make like a small link? How do you do that? I tried to copy the link to this. Is there like a share item click thing here? It won't give me like a small link. I still like the idea it could have Rey being rescued and saved by Luke and Leia. Start to train her. She meets and trains with Ben. And then she's special. She begins to excel, causing Ben to be afraid to lose his place, culminate in him attacking Rey in a moment of weakness. Everyone's confused. I feel like, to be honest, Dragoon, even without that specific story, I feel like the sequels would have been more interesting if you started them at the Jedi school. You know, the idea that Kylo was at the school and Luke was afraid of him, so he almost attacked him. You know what I mean? And he defended him. Like, all of that would have been a more interesting starting point. I think that would have been a better starting point. I can't find. So the gaming mouse pad is the Logitech G840. This mouse is incredible, though. The problem is it's ridiculously expensive. How do I want to share a link so that you can see this item? Because I can't post that, right? Yeah, it's too long. I'm copying the URL, but for some reason it's longer than it's an Amazon link. So it's longer than 500 characters. I don't know why it's that long. Wait, hold on. Interesting. There's a comic series about Kylo joining the Knights of Ren and his slipping. Like, that would have been a much cooler movie. It's the Logitech. So it's the Logitech G502 X Plus Millennium Falcon Edition gaming mouse. It looks awesome, and it's the 502. The Logitech 502 mouse is the one that I use, but I have a regular one. Let me see if I can. It's the mouse that I use, which is all gross right now. But it's like a Millennium Falcon version. It's white and gray with a blue light. Like, it looks incredible. But it's $160, and it's on sale today for $128, which is still way too high. Look at that 0.4K gunk. What's that? Used to do screen. I do. I can still do it, Marcos. It's an Amazon link. I'm not gonna. I have to switch everything around in order to do it. It's not worth doing that just for that. Yeah, that was all. That's all I was gonna say was that mouse. There is some stuff that's on sale though. But yeah, you're right. If you know, the whole thing about like this being commercialized and that's fine. I'm actually okay with that, because you know what? I look at it this way. When you talk about how Christmas is commercialized, it's 100% true. But the problem is you can't avoid Christmas. If you tell people you're not buying Christmas gifts, if you tell people that you're not doing anything special for Christmas, they look at you funny, or you're just obligated to, right? You have to do something. I was joking about the commercialization. I mean, you're not wrong. It has become a thing where they try and sell you a bunch of stuff. There's a bunch of game sales going on today. There's a bunch of item sales going on today. So there's a lot going on. But if you don't want to do any of that, just watch Star Wars. You know what I mean? What kind of monitor do I have for gaming? My middle monitor is, let me see if I can find the actual. It's an Asus. Is it this one? I think it's this one. Right? It's this one. Asus Tough Gaming. I think it's the 24-inch one. It's a 1080. Well, it's a 1080p monitor with that's 165 hertz. I don't care about anything higher than 1080p. 1440p is fine. I really don't care about 4K. It's 165 hertz. That's what I care about. I care more about refresh rate than anything else. Yeah, it's a good monitor, man. I really dig it. Again, I wish I could grab the link for you. is that the G502X Plus mouse. The one in the one that's on sale. The Logitech, the Millennium Falcon one, yes. Mine is just the OG. Mine is just OG Logitech G502. Wired. I don't like wireless mice. I like a wire on my mouse. I don't want any input latency. I don't want to worry about batteries or recharging it or anything. I like a wired mouse. It works perfectly fine. My setup is accommodating to a wired mouse. That's the way it should be. I don't need anything else. Post it in follower forum. That's it. That's the mouse. Yeah. On Amazon right now, it's on sale. It's normally $160. It's on sale right now for $128, which is still ridiculously way too high for a mouse. It's just kind of cool. But this is also I think it's a wired mouse or wireless mouse. So I'm not a huge fan of wireless mice. Just give me a wired mouse. I'm okay with that. But this 502, that's the mouse I use. It's got all that one on there has all the same buttons that mine does. I have also stuff to do. Community day was fun as always. Later, Logan. Thank you so much for stopping in. Have a good one. If you're still here for me to say bye to. Trying to get my new a new monitor. Yeah, that's a great monitor, and it's not expensive, Merc. The 27-inch version of that monitor of my monitor is $160, brand new. So let me see if there's a 24-inch version here. Here it is. $120. It's on sale right now. If you go to Amazon, it's on sale right now. This monitor that I use is $120, and it's a 165 hertz monitor. It's very good. Yeah, no problem, Marcos. You see Rebel Assault 2? Rebel Assault 2 was added to the PS4, PS5 Classics library, even without the PS Plus tier. To access them for free, you can buy it for a few dollars, too. I saw that they added a couple of those, didn't they? Didn't they add a bunch of the older Star Wars games? I should pick that up. I should probably pick that up. Yeah, why does cool stuff cost money? Because they'll pay for it. Because they'll pay for it. They'll pay for it. I mean, it just shouldn't be that much money. The regular mouse isn't. It's not like the regular mouse is 100 and this mouse is 120. What's a regular Logitech G502 Plus cost? 502 Plus. It's a $60 mouse. It's a $60 mouse, and it's $160 if you want the Millennium Falcon version. Come on. Oh, wait. No, it's not. Oh, no. The 502 Plus Lightspeed wireless optical mouse, the regular version is it says it's $160. But it's marked down to $122 right now. Oh my God, it is that much. Never mind. That specific mouse is that much money. And then the non-plus version is $100. Okay, my fault. I'll eat my words on that one. It is that much money. Yeesh. Holy smokes. And I don't think it does anything special. It's not like the Naga mouse. What's the one that has all the buttons? Red Dragon makes one with a lot of buttons on the side. Razer used to make a Naga, the Naga mouse, and it had like 12 buttons on the side. That's for like MMOs and StarCraft and stuff. Okay, but all right. Oh, let me find I think we're kidding over there. Okay. It's just my $10 mouse. I mean, I use a $100 mouse, but it's big, has Bluetooth and 3 computer connection slots, which are convenient for my 3 laptops. Holy crap! I'm making cedar smoked salmon. Ooh, you know what I got? I got chicken in the crock pot. I forgot that I did that. Oh, no problem, Shadow. Have a good one. They have a few. Rebel Assault was added last month. Yeah, I got to figure out something to do Star Warsy today. I'm going to watch Tales of the Empire. And then see if I'm going to do something else Star Warsy or if I'm just going to practice Japanese and watch some anime or something. I think I need to pick an anime to watch with no subtitles so that I can start like trying, like my brain needs to start trying to recognize when I watch anime in Japanese with subtitles. I don't listen to the Japanese as much as I read the subtitles. I think I need to watch a show where I don't have the subtitles, so my brain is actively trying to listen to Japanese. I one big issue. Yeah, don't say anything spoilery. Ooh, go to the grocery store and buy blue milk. I do have regular milk and food coloring, so I'm pretty sure I still have food coloring somewhere. All right, but that is gonna do it for today. Yeah. That is going to do it for today. So thank you everybody for stopping in and for hanging out. I very, very much appreciate it. Thank you for sticking around, hanging out with us, playing Mario Kart and talking about Star Wars. It was nice to talk about Star Wars and get roped into another Fire Emblem discussion. That's always a fun time. I'm sure I always upset somebody with that one. Next Monday we start Elden Ring. Whew, no. No. Tomorrow we have off, so we'll be back on Monday. We should be back on Monday. I may have something to do, but I'll let you know. But even if that's the case, we'll just start later on Monday. But we'll be back on Monday, and we'll be playing more Final Fantasy 16. I'll once again, I will say that I'm gonna try and get into the game faster, and probably not do it. We've got 3 weeks to beat 16 before Paper Mario comes out, so I gotta start picking up the pace there. For right now, though, I'm going to send you over to Susie Lynn 253. Susie Lynn 253. It looks like they're playing Persona 4 Golden. So stick around after the credits where I will send you over there to hang out and represent us very well. Let me get that ready to go here. Right? Did I get that right? Oh, no. Here we go. All right. But thank you once again, everybody, for stopping and for hanging out. Don't forget to drink your mask, wear your water, social distance whenever possible. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great weekend. Play some fun games. Enjoy yourself. Watch some Star Wars today because it's Star Wars Day. And I will see you all next week.